And welcome to another episode of the Average Black Man Show. Today we're going to kind of be doing a reaction video to a viral video that I've unfortunately I tried, folks. I tried to find the original video, but since I couldn't, shout out to Pink Book Lessons for her reaction video, which I'm going to be using to do our commentary too. So without further ado, I will pull up the video. But first, let me introduce the panel. We have my boy Meech, my girl Tammy, and my boy Jay. All righty. So let me get into the video and then we can jump right into it so we don't have a 3-hour show. You dig? All righty.
Oh, hi.
Wow. You're reading?
Yeah, I was actually reading. I ship out in a few days, so I was just reading the art strategy.
Okay.
The military?
Yeah, so actually I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy, so I do that in a few days.
How old are you?
I am 27. I look a little young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, you look young.
So where do you live?
So I'm actually in the Woodlands, Texas right now. Right down there by Houston. I'm about 30 minutes away from Houston, so I'm a little close.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Man, where do I start? I like martial arts a lot. I did a bit of pharmacy back when I was a little bit younger, about 2-3 years ago. I got certified at pharmacy around when I was 17. I didn't really do anything with it. I went to university for a while. I was getting like a business degree, so I have a bachelor's in business. And then I did pharmacy for a little while, for about 3 years, and then got bored. So I was like, let's go see what the military has to offer. Didn't do anything. I did my PICAT about a year ago. Got a 96 on that. It goes up to a 99. Got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, and I was like, why the fuck not? So I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Yeah.
All righty. So, how do we feel about that? Everyone, you can come on and well, let's welcome V to the show. Everyone, you can turn your mics back on. I'll actually do it for you guys. But no. Meech, unmute your mic if you're available. You as well, V.
Okay, so that was the whole video because I never watched it
I
before.
came in late, so I didn't hear the clip.
It wasn't too much of nothing. I never watched it before. I was just talking, based off what I thought was said. But
Really?
Okay, so basically, Ronnie, the clip was there's a shout out to the Pineapple Show as well. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to the Pineapple Show. The clip, and I can play it again in about another few minutes. But the clip basically is a online speed dating scenario where a person pretty much shoots their shot, and the person either says they're interested or they say pineapples, which mean like Kevin Hart, like pineapples. Yeah. So basically, this 27-year-old gentleman basically is like, yeah, I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy, and I like martial arts and stuff like that. And the girl's just like, oh no, I'm not interested. And so basically what happened is the internet went crazy and they dragged her like, girl, like he a nuclear physicist. Like, what's going on with you guys? Oh, it is on Facebook. I thought this was on YouTube. Oh, and so that's kind of where we are with it, like giving our own reaction to it. And like in a little, like I said, in a little while, I'll play it again. But For those who've seen it, who would like to go first?
You
Tammy,
know,
one.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, John. John, let's get a male perspective first.
Wait, I'm sorry, but is he the one that said he didn't even watch the whole thing?
Well, I just watched it now, like everybody else.
No, I watched it before. It was like 12 minutes long, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I still ain't watched the whole thing. Then I watched these 10 seconds.
Okay.
Right, because I don't want to go into her commentary. I want to have our own dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the whole video. So that the other 12 minutes was just her reacting.
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's not you said the internet's going crazy. There's a lot of reaction to it. She just wasn't interested. That's all. It wasn't her type of dude. And like I said earlier, he could be a nuclear physicist. He can have money, but that ain't what she interested in right now.
Well, our audience don't know what you said earlier, so you can't make that reference because they don't know what we're talking about behind closed doors. So you gotta reiterate your point, sir.
Well, the same thing. He got money, and she not interested in him right now. But looking at them, they were just young. It ain't nothing too provocative or anything. She just wasn't interested in him. It wasn't her type. Now, types change as we get older. We get more experience. You know what I mean? Shit changes. I'm pretty sure that'll be her type maybe a little bit more as she get older. That would be my reaction to that video.
Okay, so let me play it over again for V real quick. I'm gonna play it over again for V real quick. Let me share the screen again. Do you see it, Ronnie? You see it, V? Can you? Do you see? Okay, here we go. Where'd it go? There.
I was actually reading. I ship out in a few days, so I was just reading the army strategy.
Okay.
The military?
Yeah, so actually I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy, so I do that in a few days.
How old are you?
I am 27. I look a little young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, you look young.
So where do you live?
So I'm actually in the Woodlands, Texas right now. Right down there by Houston. I'm about 30 minutes away from Houston. I'm a little close.
Nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Man, where do I start? I like martial arts a lot. I did a bit of pharmacy back when I was a little bit younger, about 2-3 years ago. I got certified at pharmacy around when I was 17. I didn't really do anything with it. I went to university for a while. I was getting like a business degree, so I have a bachelor's in business. And then I did pharmacy for a little while, for about 3 years, and then got bored. So I was like, let's go see what the military has to offer. Didn't do anything. I did my PICAT about a year ago. Got a 96 on that. It goes up to a 99. Got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, and I was like, why the fuck not? So I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Yeah.
This clip right here went viral.
All righty. So, go ahead, John. Well, Jay, say what he had to say. Who would like to Meech? Go ahead and unmute your mic. Or no, go ahead. Tammy took hers off, so she ready. She was ready.
No, I was just saying, like, I mean, it like people said before, it's clearly that's just not her type. He seems a little just
Mild.
yeah, no, not even mild. Not even mild. No, it's just not her type. It's just not her type. And
Well, he seemed
for
a
someone
little
to,
what though?
but for somebody to say that's not her type right now, that's very what is the word I'm looking for? That's very like you're being very it's like not her type right now. How would you know what
Because
her
she said
type
it
is right
wasn't.
now?
Because she
No, but
said
you
it.
said it's not her type right now, so you're assuming that maybe it's going to be her type later. My thing is
Oh
this:
well,
if you're a boring person, to me, you're a boring freaking person. That's it. Like it's not
well,
about.
no, that's not what I meant by that. What I meant is we all value different things differently at different times in our life.
Of course. But this man said one thing about what she said. So what do you like to do? This man said he liked to do martial arts. Okay, boom. And
She
then
said,
that was
"Tell me
it.
about yourself." She said, "Tell me about
Oh, but she
yourself."
said something about what you like and what you like to
Mm,
do. And
She
he said,
said, "Tell me
oh, I
about
like,
yourself," and he said, "I like martial arts." And
uh-huh.
then he had 30 seconds to try to impress her. You see how much kind of
He did no, he went straight into he did pharmacy when he was 17, and then he went and took that test and he did da, 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 and that's cool. That I mean, those are accolades I think that people should definitely he should definitely be proud of. But like I mean, I asked you to tell me about yourself. Like you could tell me about your occupation in 2 sentences.
well, he talked for 30 seconds, so it sounds like that's about all he had time to do was give out
No, I
two to
could give you
three
two
sentences.
sentences. I give you
And
2 sentences in 10 seconds. I could say, my name is Tammy. I work in medical device
all right,
compliance.
if I
I
gave
work
you
from
30 seconds to tell
home.
me about yourself, what you
Oh
gonna tell me?
yeah.
It's just easy to critique and say you didn't do enough.
Oh, I
It's
could tell
30,
somebody about me in 30 seconds.
and someone else could sit there and say it wasn't enough. All she told me
Okay,
about
but
was this shit. She ain't tell me about none, all of this. And so that's what I got from that
well,
is
I think I could make it a little more interesting. But I
I don't,
mean, okay, I'm gonna just shut my mouth because I think what you're insinuating is later on that might be her type because later on she's gonna want the good guy, and I'm like, that's BS because that doesn't mean she doesn't want a good guy now. She just wants someone that is a different type of person. She wants to have, you know what I'm saying? She wants
yeah.
a different type of person. Like, let's keep it real. And I'm sorry, I mean this in the utmost respect, but he sounds a little whitewashed. And maybe she wants somebody that's more in tune with their blackness. I don't know.
Yeah, I said mild. You took it.
I mean, I don't know. He
I just
does
said the
sound.
nigga sounded. I just said the nigga sounded mild.
I mean,
But
he sounds a little
Now,
whitewashed. So
okay,
maybe she
now,
wants someone that's a little more in tune with
yeah,
his African American heritage. I don't know, his black heritage.
what
I
what I
agree with
saw
that.
this as is a textbook example of the dude that gets the nerdy dude that gets looked over by I'm gonna say the word YouTube and Facebook. Don't shoot me. We're talking about a black couple. So this is the type of dude that gets looked over by black women, and then later on, when he gets successful and he has his big house and his big beautiful car and all of this money and success, and then you see him with his little mixed kids because he got his white wife. Those same women be like, see
And
how
my
they
thing
do.
is, and
As
and
soon as
and,
they
and
get money and they get successful, they go run and go get them a white girl. See, that's
and
why
you know what
that's just what I see it as a textbook example.
you might not be lying about that, but I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you that it doesn't matter. He might do that, but this woman is probably gonna want the same thing. But if he's funding her lifestyle as a white woman, of course she's gonna be with him. Like, hello.
What's up,
So
y'all?
I mean, hi Zia.
Hi, Tammy.
A fool out of your mouth.
I mean, my take on it is this: he wasn't her type, point blank, point blank and period. I don't think that he was her type from sight. That she just went ahead and like, okay, well, let me hear what you got to say. But I think just based on sight, especially when she started hearing him talk, like that wasn't really her type, based on the way that she's, based on what she said and how she speaks. May it be her? May it be her type in the future? Possibly, because just like Jonelle said, we want and attracted to different things and value different things when we're younger. versus when we get older. No one wants someone that's boring, but what I hear a lot of women say these days in my age group, they want a boring man now because they tired of the dealing with the exciting dudes that come with a whole bunch of drama and baggage because of their things that they were originally attracted, like the excitement that originally attracted to them. It attracted them to it, whether it be a celebrity, whether it be a dope man. It was something about them, certain type of swag. It was something about that particular dude that came with drama, which is why they like, dude, give me the dude that just go to work and come home. That's more boring versus the dude, that they're originally.
But boring and exciting is subjective. So, I mean, for me, I don't find myself to be boring. Is someone talking? I don't know. I'm kind of hearing
Yeah, I hear an
feedback or
echo.
something.
Who has an echo?
Yeah.
My bad. That's me. My bad. Hold on. I'll turn it off. Hold on.
Okay. So, boring and exciting is subjective. I don't think I'm boring, but guess what I do? I work from home. I freaking go and I travel, and that's my excitement. So,
Now
that's
look,
not
now hang
boring
on,
to me. So,
Meech.
boring and
In fairness,
exciting is subjective.
in fairness, when he said he was an astrophysicist,
Women, no, people thought
look,
that she should automatically jump on his penis.
look at her expression in the middle. Oh,
Well, I agree. She shouldn't, and I
oh.
mean, I think that shows character with her that she didn't just automatically jump on his penis because he's an
astrophysicist, right?
nuclear
She was
physicist.
definitely
Whatever it was. I'm sorry.
But she was definitely. My point is that she was definitely impressed, and she was interested from that moment. Like, oh, let me hear more, and then the more didn't
It didn't give.
It didn't cook
No,
right.
but
It
I
didn't
think
give.
I agree with Meech. I don't think she was interested really, too much from the jump. Maybe he said one thing that, sounded good, but that was just one thing. And that ain't what she was looking for at this point in time in her life.
I don't think she's not. It's not the point that she's not looking for what is he, an astrophysicist? Am I
Well,
saying
that,
it right?
Nuclear physicist.
Okay, a nuclear physicist. Okay, so not that she's not looking for a nuclear physicist because she probably doesn't even know what that is, or not. I'm not even trying to that no shade, but I'm just saying, not that she's not looking for a nuclear physicist. That's just not where her head was at. She's like, okay, you're a nuclear physicist, great, you make a great amount of money. So what else you got?
Yeah. I think it's just a classic story though too, where like we all say, a lot of dudes, man, when they're younger, they be nerdy or not as exciting. But like every high school teen movie and shit, the nerdy guy gets the girl at the end, or.
But I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. You guys don't understand
that's like
that
the male version.
exciting is subjective though, because I could be a Star Wars nerd, and that's my thing, and that's what I do. I go to all the little, how they do all the little clubs and the events and stuff, and that's just exciting to me. And you could find somebody that does the same thing, and that's exciting to them.
Who said they like Star Wars like that? I like Star Wars. I want to go to it.
I know a lot of people do. I don't, but a lot of people do.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's somebody for everybody, and that's true. But I think what I felt like I had to compete with growing up is I had to try to be more exciting and cooler than I naturally was, because
I think you were just. Okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You think I was what?
Oh, sorry. I think you were just probably giving into peer pressure of what you thought the girls wanted, or maybe that's what they really wanted, but you was giving into peer pressure, and it's like, no, that's why people got to teach their kids to be themselves, whether you're a nerd, a dork, or whatever. Be yourself.
I have to interject on that because as talking about from being young and all of that stuff, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was being subjected to peer pressure, because when you did what you thought the girls wanted, and then you got some, and then they gave you some, then isn't that what it was? Isn't that what they wanted? It reached the goal that you were trying to get to. So,
well, yeah, but the general public of people are just on some BS anyway. But what I'm saying, as far as like, even like with women women go through that too. The nerdy girl doesn't get the hot guy. I mean,
Yeah.
even if she is hot, somebody may see it through her nerdiness or whatever and may, sleep with her, have sex with her, and then dump her or whatever because she's not cool enough. She's not the cheerleader. So women go through that too. That's why it's important to just be yourself because there's always somebody for you. And that's what I like about going to college because I don't care what you do and who you are, you're going to find your people.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, whether you're a nerd, a dork, or whatever, you're going to
Somebody
find your
out there for
people.
everybody. There's somebody out there for everybody.
Mhm.
So, how do y'all feel about the internet dragging her? Because basically saying like, see, this is why women not getting nowhere. They have too high stand. Because I can't mute it. Is the problem? Let me see if I can find it on my phone because there's a part in the video where she rebuts the people dragging her in the comments, and basically she says like, I want a nerd that's a thug, like like that
Who
stuff.
are you talking about?
She did not say that. Did she not say she wanted a nerd? That's a thug.
Who said that?
She
Who are you talking
She
about?
did
words,
say,
that's
why
what she
can't
was
why
basically
can't I have
saying.
both? She did
Right.
say that.
Who
She
we
did
talking
say,
can't I
about?
have
why
both?
can't I have? But she meant
Yes.
someone who's not boring and someone who makes the money and he's a
No,
nuclear
she said,
physicist.
why can't I have both in direct response to the lady saying something about a bad boy. And she said, why can't I have both?
Right.
Oh,
But,
there's a happy medium out there. I met guys who are happy
no,
mediums.
that runs that cliche that I say all the time that all of us have heard as men, heard girls say, I want a dude that got a little bit of thug in him. He can be like she say in the clip, a doctor that took her to the strip club. Like
I mean, but that could be. I mean, but my thing is that if that's your preference, that could be somebody who is in the school or whatever who has a great, great career or whatnot, but also grew up in the hood. That's what she maybe can mean. You know what I'm saying? That's a happy medium. He got a little thug in him.
I just have my bias and I'm gonna stand on my
I like
bias.
my women with a little bit of ratchet in them, so I feel it.
See, you see what I'm saying?
So
I
I can
mean, you don't
definitely do
like
it. That's no, I don't mean
100%
I don't
ratchet.
mean like ratchet all out in the open in public, busting it open, twerking. I'm not saying that. I mean like, be my little ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Be my little hoe, my little.
Oh, but I was about to say I
Here's
liked
what
it with zero ratchetness. But if you talking about behind closed doors, okay, I can, but even then, I mean, I've dated some square ones that get loose with it. So I don't know on that.
But some
I don't
people
know.
say ratchet.
I
People,
think it just depends
people.
on the person. Like I said, I mean, you can still be a little ratchet, but still know how to function inside a relationship and still be a good person and
Right,
still know how to be faithful and
right.
loyal.
But
Again, it's
people
just
use.
like when I hear a woman say, "I need a little thug," I don't look at it as like she want me to go shoot somebody, but she said like, "I want to know your masculinity is on point enough to protect me and if need be, you know what I'm saying." Come to my defense in any type of way you need to be. You know what
yeah,
I'm
we
saying? So I
talked
get
about
that.
that.
But that's a stereotype that needs to die also because from my observation and even being in that life, most thug dudes are the cowards. That's why they run in packs.
No, I'm talking about just the concept of the thug, the concept
No,
of
we talked
I
about
know.
that
And that's
in the
why I
show
said that
last time, Meech. I don't
stereotype
know if
needs
you
to die
remember. We
because
were
most
basically
of the
saying
thug
that
dudes.
thug is being used in place of masculine.
oh well.
It's
I
Yeah,
mean, but as
and
long as you know what
it
she mean,
shouldn't
though.
be.
I mean, that's what I take it as masculine. That's how I take it. But if nobody else is gonna take it like that, then I get it. But you know,
Yeah,
I
no,
take it
I'm
like
I
that.
saying
think
Like
like
when
the
I hear when she
stereotype.
say thug, I just translate. She means there's a certain type of masculinity she wants to exude from him. That's how I took it. I didn't go off into other like, oh, I just took it. She meant like she wants a thoroughly masculine man.
No, I
I
mean
didn't take it as
I've
go
heard
ahead.
women say, I've heard women use it synonymous with protector. And at the end of the day, most of those dudes, like I said, they're very prideful, and they like their own protection of having homies behind them.
I
You know what
agree.
I
You
mean?
know what? I agree 100% with that. And I didn't take that as that's how she meant it though. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I didn't take it that's how she meant it. I thought she meant it in a sense because we all have our own. I had a friend a long time ago, a real short story. I called her. I said, "Oh my gosh, she is so ghetto," and she
Yeah.
really took that offensive. And I was like, I had to tell her, like, look, I was born and raised in the hood. I was born and raised in the ghetto. Like, I would never, like, you know what I'm saying? Try to insult you with that word. I just meant it this way. So when people say ratchet or ghetto or hood, I think it comes with a bunch of negative connotations. But I think it's subjective to different people because some people mean ratchet. When they say ratchet, they just mean, okay, she knows how to act like a lady. She has a great career. She's been to school, but she can go to the club and twerk if she wants to. That's how some people look at ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. Like, you see what I'm saying? So yeah. So I didn't
Yeah,
take
no,
what
I
she
understand what you're
said.
saying.
Yeah, I didn't take what she said as I need me a hood dude, but then he also gotta be a corporate thug type deal. I didn't take that way.
I've heard a lot of women describe the type of dude they want like that. Like that's
Well, that's
basically the type of
yeah.
dude they want. They want a dude that has the street smarts, the thug swag, you know what I'm
Bad
saying, but
boy
can go into a board, but can go into the boardroom.
or a
I
bad
And,
boy.
mean,
and that is a, you know, that's less than the 1%ers of dudes like that that exist.
It's
right, but
that
who
power. It's that image like power. How the dope dealer is like a businessman, but he's still a dope dealer. That you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know
but
what I'm
nobody
saying?
wants that though in real life though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who wants a
There is
dope
a
dealer in real
lot
life?
of chicks
You
that
gotta
want
People
watch your
that
want
in
the
real
back.
life.
fantasy. People really want the fantasy. They do.
There's a
Mm,
lot of chicks that want that in real life.
mm.
Like it's like a turn on. Like
Okay,
I've
no, I'm
encountered
good.
these chicks.
Okay.
I'll be back, folks. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out
I
there.
wish I would have been able to hear the entire video because I only heard the last piece, but um I
I mean,
wonder if maybe if she would have had an opportunity to go out on a date with him to find out, because for me, like just a small meeting, I'm not able to really tell. Sometimes you're able to tell right away, but maybe there would have been, if she would have went out with him, they would have had a nice time. But I don't know. I'm not sure what she's looking for, but just a different way of, a different perspective. Say, give a guy a chance. Go out on a date with them, see how his conversation is. See if you have some things in
It's echoing
common
on me. Meeks, can you
before you
mute?
just
Because
say
you
no.
cutting out the noise.
I don't know what I'm doing.
but no, but the fact that she, you know, it's like such a speed date. That's why I
Yeah.
said off of sight. I don't think she was interested really in him, in just off of the sight, just off of the sight of him. You know what I mean? Because you know that's the first thing that we have is our physical attraction to each other. Even though he wasn't a bad looking dude, I just think that off sight,
Exactly.
like his whole persona just wasn't really her type of thing. And then
No,
once she heard him speak, that was the icing on the cake. Like, oh yeah, no, he's really not pineapples. Pineapple. Can I say pineapples now? Before he even,
yeah.
you know, like I think she was like that.
Like I said, looking at the picture right here in the middle, when he said astrophysicist, she was like, "Oh, astrophysicist."
Who are we talking about?
Mm.
But the fact that she still said pineapples, obviously that's not all she was looking for. Because if
What do you
that was
mean?
the case, she just would have said, you know what? I don't care. He's an astrophysicist. Let me make it do what it do.
Nuclear physicist. We keep
I mean,
saying.
nuclear,
We keep saying astro.
nuclear physicist. But also, can we bring up a point though? Why are women like if we pass up somebody who's supposedly a good guy? Why we gotta be the stupid ones? Because like I said in our chat earlier, sometimes these good guys be on some bullshit too.
Then they ain't good guys.
Facts.
Well,
Hey, yeah, I
I
can pull
mean,
up.
but good
You
guys
want me to pull
perceive.
up the chat? I can do that.
I mean
If y'all want to
perceived good
defend,
guys.
if y'all want to defend what we were saying earlier, I can pull up the chat.
You mean so you mean the guys that have a good profile. So he fits a good profile, but he on some
Correct.
bullshit.
Like perceived, right? Like perceived good guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, they still be on some shit
everybody
too.
got everybody got their shortcomings. You may not see them all, But shit, everybody got their shortcomings.
Yeah.
But that's why I think she got dragged, because they were like, well, she's dumb because he's this, this, and that. He's 27. What is wrong with you? And it's like, what's wrong with him? Just like with, I don't even want to bring up other people, but like Lori Harvey and what's his name? You don't know what kind of issues that man probably had. Michael B. Jordan. Like,
no,
seriously?
that's still on topic, so that's not off
Okay.
topic.
Okay, but I'm like, you don't know what kind of issues that man may have had that she was just like, I can't deal with this.
Very true.
But then
Very
also,
true, very true. That's why I don't see nothing.
Also, in fairness to Tammy's point, we get, as men, we get that same ridicule as well. He messed over that. He had a good girl. He messed over her for Bone Quisha. He went and got
And
Bone Quisha pregnant.
right, and she's a whole nut job, but he don't realize that Amy's a whole nut. People don't know Amy's a whole nut job, right?
So I think a lot of what goes on is that we tend to judge each other based on things that go both ways, that isn't even exclusive to one particular sex. So, but overall, are people, do you guys believe that people are passing up on people that are good for them because for whatever reasons they're just not attracted to it? People don't know what they're attracted to. Well, let me word it this way. I'm gonna use what me and Janelle talked about. Do you believe people are passing up people that are good for them because they aren't their ideal of perfect for them? They don't check everything.
Absolutely. I think we all
Hell
have. Absolutely. We all
Hell
have.
yeah.
I think there's different reasons for it though. Everybody. You probably could have found somebody who you thought, but maybe you weren't where you was at that point in life, and you felt like, like me. I plenty of times I'd be like, yo, woo, but I'm like, I'm not where I want to be right now in life. I got things that, sometimes all about timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to feel like really that I'm hindering anybody because I'm dealing with some personal stuff, or it's different reasons why a lot of men or women might pass up on a good thing. It's not always they weren't smart enough or they were just being dumb for passing it up. I just think sometimes some people have different things going on in life, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, to where they know that they're not ready to take on a relationship or anything at that point. I think, like I said, the reasons they're very from person to person. I mean, that's for me.
I don't think it's that they're acknowledging that they're not ready to take in a relationship. It's them choosing one relationship over the other.
Oh, that's what we talking about. Oh,
yeah. So have you gave up on? Have you basically kicked to the curb someone who may have been good for you for somebody else that wasn't?
Like Stacy booty bigger than my girl. Stacy got more ass, so I'm gonna go over here and see what Stacy talking about. That type of stuff.
I can't say I've ever really been in a position like that to where no. But
I mean, I've been in that situation. Not that it hasn't been that what is the word I'm looking for? That
blatant.
No, not blatant. It hasn't been that artificial, like that superficial. There you go. Hasn't been that superficial, but it has been like, I like this dude, so I think I'm gonna talk to this guy, and then later on you're like, yeah, this guy was full of shit. So yeah.
Well, I've been in a situation where I'm with someone, and it seems like everything is cool. You know what I mean? Like she's checking a lot of the boxes. But for some reason, it just don't feel like it's checking all the boxes. And I'm looking at somebody else. So I mean, they may be a nice person, like, man, she's nice, she's sweet, she's cute, she's it, but I just ain't feeling her like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this other person over here, they got my attention.
And that's probably why, and that's the reason why people shouldn't take none of that shit personally at all.
Right.
Because it's never you, it's never about you. It's always about that other person. So you know what I'm saying? It's their choice. Yep. It's their choices, and what they choose to pick is never about you.
Okay. That is very true. I'm trying to see if Val want to get on still. All right, so let's using that Lori Harvey and what's his name, Michael B. Jordan as an example. Back to that, because the topic of the show is are women overlooking good men because they're boring?
You heard me, Tim?
I think men
I
and
said-
women. I'm
I
sorry.
said, y'all want me to bring on Michael B on the show one day? I know his cousin. I grew up with his cousins. Y'all want me to bring him on the show?
Well, I can't pay him nothing
You
but
should.
a handshake.
Nah, I don't
You
think he ain't
should.
gonna
You
charge
should bring him. You should bring
I
him on the show.
doubt-
Period. Doesn't matter.
I doubt he'll charge you, but I'm just saying, like,
Well, I wouldn't even talk about that stuff because I know that's a sensitive thing. He probably really
bro, he
hurt.
probably done talking about. He tired of talking about the shit.
Yeah, he probably hurt and crying and all of that. And by
Bring him on the
talking,
show. Let me shoot my shot.
Ah,
Just like-
you ain't lying. You ain't playing because you will. You ain't playing because I know I will do this celebrity bitch over here. I tell you that. I know I will.
Okay. But let me see, because I don't know if it's still in the messenger or not. Those pictures that I posted up earlier, like basically, like what's the difference between Future and Lori Harvey and all the memes that they go through, and all the memes that's going.
They compare Lori Harvey to
I
Future.
tell you the two main differences. Number one, she ain't having babies by a bunch of different people. And number two, she's way younger than Future. Future is old enough to know better. There.
Hey, man, it just seems like she a young girl and she decided and made a good decision that this ain't the motherfucker I want to be with forever.
Right, exactly. So I don't know why everybody's making a big deal out of this shit. Like, look, but you know why though? It's just that like people put celebrities like they're not regular people just like us. They're regular people just like us. Like
Yeah.
they just got money and
I
status.
don't think it's just
Right.
because
Y'all
of
see what
that.
that
I think
says?
I
What does that
don't
say?
see it.
Okay, it says.
We old. We need that's too little. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, I'm doing this on my
I'm on
phone.
my
That is
laptop,
like
so yeah.
microscopic.
All right, so this lady posted.
All I see is something about respect. Something. That's all I
It
can see.
says, "I'm gonna say something else. I'm not. Let me say. I'm gonna say something else y'all not gonna like. Lori fumbled the bag. I don't mean a financial bag for you simpletons either. Lori fumbled the husband bag. A black man with a job respects her, caters to her, invests in her, and wants to build with her. Is that not what we all claim to be seeking? What else you trying to see out here, Pooh?
I don't think she fumbled him though. I think she didn't. I think there's a fumble. I think she just ran out of bounds. Like I just not what I want. She didn't fumble.
Yeah.
You know,
I think she's not done. She's not done doing. She's not done doing her.
She's not. Look. She's Lori Harvey. She's a beautiful woman. Status, money. It just wasn't for her. She didn't fumble them. She ran out of bounds. That's all. She's ran out of bounds. It's okay. It's okay. So we understand that it's okay for. I don't understand if like. Michael told her I want to do the move, and she knew she didn't want nothing, but was still probably using him for whatever. Then I can get that, but I don't think that's the case here. I think they really probably generally tried to get to know each other, and this snabble, and then she was just like, "I'm not feeling this. Like I don't, you know."
And when you're that age, that's how you're dating. I mean, most people. I'm not gonna say everybody, but most people, that's how you're dating. Like literally, I was with someone for 7 years because we were just dating to date. Like that's what we did. And next thing you know, 7 years passed, and I was like, oh crap, I've been with this person for a long time.
Val said, "Let her in. She's trying to get in." Did you guys get that message?
Who said let her in?
Val. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh yeah, she popped up on the bottom. There she is.
Hi.
Where did you see her say let her in from? Where was that?
In the chat. She put it in the chat.
What chat? What chat?
There's like a chat. There's a chat at the bottom.
Okay, I see it. Okay. I'm looking at something else. What's going on, Val?
What up, Val? I don't think she's in
Hey,
here.
girl. Oh,
She
she's
she
not
dropped
here.
off.
But I don't think she fumbled up no marriage back. I was like, why do
I
they
don't think
feel
so
like
either.
women? Why do they feel like women? As soon as we find a guy that's supposed to be that guy, we supposed to just be like, all right, fuck it, let me just drop my life
Well,
and just be with him.
that's only women who were saying that.
Oh, that's too many people listening to 7 cameos. I mean, what's his name? Kevin Samuels there.
You said cameo?
Kevin.
I think I think it's just a clear, you know what I mean? Like most people, you date and you don't marry most of the people you dated, and that's all that was. She dated somebody, you know what I mean? How many people you going out to dinner with, going out to the movies with? We've all been dated
Breaking up, John.
a bunch of people, and most people, you know. Breaking up on you.
Okay, that's better. Continue. Most people date and get ran through. What you're saying? People date and get ran through, and then want people to accept them for who they are.
Whoa! He said ran through. Oh.
I thought that's what he said. What he was saying? People date,
No,
get ran
he
through,
did not say anything
and
about getting
then
ran
want you
through.
and then and the difference is that she getting ran through publicly, so it ain't as easy to hide as the chick at the club.
Well, men run through women too, so they get ran through too.
That's what we talking about. You said it correct. Men run through women,
and they get ran through too.
I don't know how that would work, but okay.
Okay.
Men get used up and get simped out and then get used.
They get more than used because first of all, some of these dudes out here ain't got nothing to use up. So calm down.
Yes, they do.
I said some of these women ain't. These men. I said some of these men ain't got nothing to use.
Yes, they do. It's called their
what?
Their wingling.
Their what?
Their wingling.
Hey, is there a way I can mute you guys? No.
I think you would probably do that on your own phone.
You gotta turn
Maybe
your
you can
volume
mute
down.
us.
Turn your volume.
Yeah, mute us on your phone.
Because I can open another window and somebody sent me a video. I was trying to listen to it, but I hear you guys over it. So if I turn the volume down, I won't be able to hear that one either.
Oh, why don't you? There's a way you could probably mute us.
I don't see it.
Oh.
All right, somebody just popped in the chat.
Lily says she's in. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, V.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
I don't think Lori Harvey's gonna get the bag either.
Yeah, because my point was we don't know what kind of habits that man have that she probably couldn't deal with.
I mean, on God, and even if it was as simple as this nigga dick small and she just didn't want to be with a little dick for the rest of her life. I don't know.
I mean, they did show him in those gray sweats and it really wasn't dicking. Like you wasn't really.
You feel what I'm saying? I mean, it could easily be something as simple as that, where he could have everything in the world and have a micro penis, and it's like he's so perfect, but I'm gonna have to cheat. I mean, it could be, you know, I'm 25 years old, so what the fuck I look like sitting down getting married?
Well, I can't, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I said. She had to make a smart decision because on paper,
You know,
he seemed like
I mean, there's a lot of people that look fantastic on paper until you see their name and
Exactly.
I know their personality and their characteristics.
Some people look fantastic on paper until you really get to know them too.
That's what I just said. Until
and
you're
like, this person is a hot mess.
Hot ass mess.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you reject somebody that looked real good on paper, that's probably saying something. Like, you know what? I just don't like that motherfucker.
Or even physically look good. I mean, prime example. I know that there was niggas that was thirsting over Stacey Dash until recently when she started opening her mouth.
Let's try to refrain from the curse words, please, people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, yes, they should have been doing the little, coon,
But that's what I'm saying.
coonish thing
Nobody
for a
knew, but
minute.
nobody knew that until later in her life because we never really was hearing her talk. Nobody really knew what she was on
That's true. That's
until you
true.
start hearing her talk. Before that, it was just like, oh my gosh, she's so fine. Nice to hear this. Oh my God, I give my left leg for that woman. Da, 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 da.
Right.
Until,
Right.
until you start seeing that personality, and then you like, oh, I see
Agreed.
why they can sleep with you and leave you. Especially
Agreed.
when you let stuff come out of her mouth, like, oh, every man that I've ever been with, I slept with them on the first date.
Well, it could be, you know what? It could go both ways too, because I mean, I've seen men with beautiful women, and you're like, oh, she's so pretty, da, da, da. And then you just like, she's a nut job.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she fumbled the bag or not because I don't know that man.
Right, I agree.
Just like we don't know her. She might really be out here on the female Future. That's why I was messing with Future because I was gonna show him what that felt like.
True. I think but you know what? Just from the outsider looking in, to me, it just looks like she's young and she's dating around, and that's just it.
And that's just it. And I think that people gotta understand too, like she's dating just like me or you or any woman that's 25 would date. It's just that her pool of men and the caliber of men is different because of who she is and what she has.
So basically, everyone, the appearance and the assumption everybody's making is that everybody she's dating, she's having sex with.
That too.
I mean, she could.
But at the same time, now listen, hang on.
Be having sex with them. I mean, she could be having sex
listen,
with them.
Listen.
But at the same time, that's nobody's business because there's a whole bunch of people that's sleeping around and not even dating.
Listen.
Sorry.
If that is true, that means she had sex with Sean Puffy Combs and his son.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a little wild. That's wild.
Exactly.
But you know what? But that's her business still.
The whole character thing comes into question then, like.
Right.
I mean, that's wild. That's wild.
I mean, I wasn't looking at it like that. And it's.
I mean, but that's wild. That's wild, but that's her business because you know what? Your friends out here are doing gutter butt shit. And you don't. Gutter butt stuff, and you don't know.
Yeah. I mean, hell, it's a couple of people that you know that done slept with the same girl at the same damn time.
True. Yeah.
So
all kinds of craziness. All kinds of craziness.
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see that as no super win. I think that a lot of women that feel like she fumbled the bag is because they'll never have an opportunity to ever come across a man like Michael B. Jordan or what they think he is. They don't know him. All they get is what they see on Instagram and interviews. But you don't know what that man habits is like. You don't know if he sound like 3 wild bears while he's sleeping and she like, I need it to be dark and quiet and I can't get no sleep. We don't know if that man has
she like, I ain't slept in 2
and she
years.
like, I need a big one. I done went from Future who's 9 inches to now this man got 2. We don't know. There's just so many things it could be.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Also, in fairness, we don't know if it's the other way around.
In women's clothing that night. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, but the reason why,
Valine, we don't know if it's the other way around though. All of these dudes can be smashing and be like, "Hey, Lori, nah, bro, it just ain't right."
I mean, that could be true too, but at the same time,
she's fine and all of that.
It's still, but see, that's the thing though.
But
the thing about most men, right, that too, and then the thing about most men, they don't give a damn. Somebody's still gonna be with her.
Yep.
Somebody's still gonna be up next.
And he's not even like
somebody gonna hit it.
Relationship.
Huh?
Somebody gonna hit it, yeah.
All right.
Somebody gonna wife it and all.
Hang on, y'all.
Somebody gonna wife her. You right.
Have a baby with her every
day.
You right.
I mean, because let's take that into context with Sierra. Leave it to Kevin Samuels. Well, nobody gonna be with Sierra.
Right.
And
then, I mean, look at.
And I say this because she made a conscious decision to be baby mama number 4, thinking, well, he's gonna marry me, so that's not gonna matter. for, right?
I mean, I got one worse than Sierra. Look at Superhead. Somebody still wiped her ass up.
Girl,
Come on now.
multiple times. Eddie Winslow didn't marry her.
Well,
After
Eddie Winslow got
both
some
came
issues.
out.
That's no. Eddie Winslow got some issues.
I mean, he was called with City Star, so you know.
Somebody
But-
mic is feeding back. Let me.
It might be me. I'm still driving.
Yeah, it might be you. What
I'm
you got to
still
say about it, P? P, what's your opinion? Are women passing up good men because they're boring?
You said boring?
It depends on the age group. No, I think it depends on the age group. I think it depends on the age group. I think that I think a lot of young women and young-minded women pass up on men because they feel that they're boring. But I think the older you get, you just want different things.
Man, ain't
I
that
think
exactly
boring
what I
is.
said
I think boring.
earlier?
I don't think that's true. I think boring
She
is
wasn't on the
subjective.
show though earlier, John.
But now I'm saying thank you.
I think boring. I think boring is subjective. First of all,
I agree with that as well.
I think
what
boring
I
is
think is boring, you
subjective.
might not think it's boring. You might think it's a good old time. Like for
Hell
instance, Tammy, with our situation, we was quarantined in Hawaii. You know how many people come on saying like, y'all was quarantined in Hawaii and y'all wasn't driving crazy. I said me and Tammy was having a good old time being stuck in that room for days. Just me and her.
Right. And like I said, like I like what I like to do. I like to go out, travel, do stuff like that. You know, I spend a lot of time at home. To me, I'm not bored. I'm not boring.
Right.
But somebody else might be like, girl, that's boring.
You might want to go out every single weekend and go club knowing that they 45 years old and all their friends is 28. They might feel like, hey, we some old hats. But like I said, I really think it depends on your mindset and your age because normally younger women don't want to sit down. They don't want to do this or that. And they feel like if he's trying to sit down and be serious and all of that, they're not feeling that. They just not.
Yeah, but did you watch the video of the guy though before we started talking about Michael B. Jordan though? Did you watch the video of the guy and they said that the girl was being like they dragged her for it? Did you watch that?
I didn't see it.
You should. You need to watch that.
I'll play it again.
Yeah, you need to watch that.
Everybody mute their mic and I'll play it again.
Okay. I'll mute my mic.
I was actually reading. I ship out in a few days, so I was just reading the art of strategy.
Okay. Is that in the military?
Yeah. So actually, I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy. So I do that in a few days.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 27. I look a little young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, you look young. So where do you live?
So I'm actually in the Woodlands, Texas right now. Right down there by Houston. I'm about 30 minutes away from Houston. So I'm a little close.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Man, where do I start? I like martial arts a lot. I did a bit of pharmacy back when I was a little bit younger, about 2-3 years ago. I got certified at pharmacy around when I was 17. I didn't really do anything with it. I went to university for a while. I was getting like a business degree, so I have a bachelor's in business. And then I did pharmacy for a little while, for about 3 years, and then got bored. So I was like, let's go see what the military has to offer. Didn't do anything. I did my PICAT about a year ago. Got a 96 on that. It goes up to a 99. Got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, and I was like, why the not? So I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Yeah.
Now that show is called The Pineapple Show. It's basically like Pineapple's Kevin Hart. It's a speed dating scenario, online dating, kind of like Kendra D, but a little bit faster. So he shot his shot, and her saying pineapples was like basically shutting him down. So y'all can come off mute now.
So they dragged her because she didn't jump on it because he's a nuclear physicist.
Yeah, nuclear, not an astro. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So why was she being dragged? Because they
They
feel
said
like,
she fumbled the bag.
how does she fumble the bag?
She
Because
I
I
don't
fumbled
guess
the
she's supposed
husband
to
bag.
jump.
The
I guess
husband
she's
bag.
okay. I guess she's supposed to jump on it because he's a nuclear physicist.
And like I was saying in the back chat, and I said earlier, Val, I think this is a textbook example of the guy that gets passed up and dissed by black women, and then later on when they see him again years down the line in his big beautiful house and his nice cars and his little mixed kids he got with this white girl, the black women gonna say, see what black men do when they get money, they go get them a white girl. But he's trying to make himself available to black women. He on a black dating site on speed dating thing. So he's showing his interest in black women.
Okay, but I had a couple of things that caused flags for me just listening to that. Like, one, yeah, you might be really smart. That's great. But you finna deploy. Maybe she don't want to deal with the fact that you're not going to be there consistently. How does she fumble the bag? How about it's a possibility that she have a different path for herself in life and she just don't want to deal with someone that's going to be in school that long. I just don't see how just because somebody has a good job that you're fumbling the bag. Because just because that man is making money don't mean he's going to share it with you either.
Well, that's what it's talking about, the husband bag, like in that I don't know if you saw the screenshot from earlier. I'll be right back. Y'all hold it down. Go ahead, P. What you got to say? P been quiet. Let Percy say something. Unmute, boy. Take your mute off. Say what you got to say. Stop rubbing the fat on your neck.
I don't really got too much to say, man. To be honest with you. Shit,
Well,
it is
tell
what it
us
is.
what you think.
What do you think, Percy?
About the female?
Yeah, do you think that she fumbled the bag just because she didn't hop on him because he said he was some type of neuroscience, physics, whatever he said he was doing? Is that really fumbling the husband bag just because you don't hop on somebody because they are prone to make money or have a good job?
No, because I know a lot of women that hasn't that turned down men, even men with money. You know what I mean? Just because most of them, the craziest thing, a lot of women, they know men that have money and they don't really deal with them.
Right.
For the simple fact that they throw the money at them, or that's the first thing that they mention, or that's just all they can offer is money. You know, and at the end of the day, what I've seen that women, they don't really care about the money. They care about that person. Is that person going to be there? Like, how's that person going to actually treat them? So, for some females, money don't mean a thing. And so I don't really feel that she fumbled anything. Maybe she just wasn't interested in him first off, and money wasn't the factor. You know, if she was to deal with him because of money, that's like her selling her soul to him, or just selling her soul, period. You know?
So to a certain extent, you're like on the same page that I am. Like, what if it wasn't even about that? What if it was just, I don't want to talk to somebody who's going to be deployed all the time, or I don't want to be on eggshells because he's going to the military. What if he go to war? What if he passed away in the war? I don't want to deal with that. Like, I don't think that just because somebody is making a substantial amount of money that makes them husband material.
And my thing is, what if he just was boring to her? He led with, "This is what I do." He said one thing. He said one thing that what he was interested in. He was interested in martial arts. Okay, and what else? And they keep saying, "Oh, it's a show. It's not that long." Blah blah blah. I'm like,
so you better cram it all in
make
there.
somebody interested in me in 30 seconds.
Well, then you need to cram it all in.
At the same time, he's a 27-year-old kid that's trying to figure himself out. And that's why he like, where do I even start? Versus us being in our 40s, of course, we're gonna be well versed in who we are as a person.
Well, then that's very true too. But then at the same time, how is he husband material if you don't even know who he is? Well, how are you fumbling that bag on a man who's still trying to fix himself?
Don't women deal with men on potential anyway?
Some women deal with men on potential.
Some
Hell
do.
to the nah.
Not all.
Not all.
In my Whitney Houston voice, hell to the nah.
I'm like, some women deal with men based on potential, but you know.
Well, also let's keep in mind in that video, the girl is 21 and he's 27.
Exactly. So
And
then that goes
that's
back
a big
to
age gap, to be
age
quite
gap.
honest. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
to
the
be
20s.
very honest. She's still a
Yeah.
kid. So she looking at
Yeah.
him like, you want to do neuro what and why? I'm trying to
And
figure out what club I'm
she
finna go
ain't-
because I just got in.
Yeah. Yeah, she probably still on her Lori Harvey right now. Like, she
Exactly.
ain't worried
That's
about getting
exactly what I
married.
was gonna say. That goes right back to the Lori Harvey, Michael B. Jordan situation. Like, she's 25 years old. I do not think she fumbled the bag because she's like, I didn't want serious marriage. I'm 25. He's 35. But like we said too, it could be a million reasons why.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean, just because I said that's like a big jump, right? Like, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
just because you don't want this guy that you want a that you want a
Another-
piece of crap.
Right.
It doesn't mean that
Right.
you want a future either.
True. But
There's
it
people
also
with
doesn't
that.
mean that you might want this guy. It's just right guy, wrong time. Timing is everything.
Facts.
Timing is everything.
It
So-
is, but I don't look at it. You know what? I don't look at it as wrong time. I look at it it ain't right. It just ain't gonna happen.
I mean, yeah, but like I said, it could be the wrong time because guess what? If he's 45 and she's 35 and they still feeling the same, she might be feeling different. Like, well, I'm 35 at this point, you know?
You
And
get
now I
one
can see
chance.
myself sitting down and this is where we're at.
Well, I guess that's my toxic trait. You get one chance, one chance only.
I'm not doing this with you. You over here. One night only.
One chance only. You fumble, it's over. No, man.
All right, all right.
I just came across something very interesting. In the BBB group, the Bitter Brigade.
The Bitter Broad Brigade.
Yes, and someone posted this. It's actually posted by a man named Ernest. I'm not gonna share the screen because I ain't gonna put him out there like that.
I am so mad that his name is Ernest. That's my daddy middle name. He gotta be an old man. You ain't never met no baby named Ernest. You ain't never met no babies named Ernest. They already 57 when you meet
Unless
them.
they're juniors or something. Unless it's a junior. But he says a lot of men are having issues finding submissive women. No problem. I have the guide. Number one, if you want submission, you must first eliminate suspicion. Number two, submit first. Yes, a man must show submission. Number three, be as urgent about taking care of her needs as you are yours. Number four, don't get the lies. But yeah, you don't get lies. Your word must be bond. Okay, so basically saying don't lie. Don't be a liar. Number five, deliver. Make it happen. Wow her. Number six, expect to be challenged. Submission is earned and it must be maintained. Follow these rules and you have Modo to break up. 25 years on the wake up.
Sound like he had a lot of problems in his life, bro.
Sound like he wrote a list on everything he did wrong. Yeah,
because I was gonna say, well, if he does all those things, of course a woman's gonna submit. You made it easy. She can trust you.
That's
you
how
love
he got
her.
the,
You
that's
show
how
her
he got
that.
the blueprint.
Yeah.
So who fell off?
False.
I mean,
Nietzsche fell off.
That's false right there.
Shut up, Percy. That is actually true.
No, it's not true, because like once you give a woman everything, she stops respecting you because it's too easy. It's no type of chance.
but I don't. But he didn't say give her everything. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He said you got to give her you got to give her the trust, right? Don't lie.
Right.
If you say you're gonna do something, do it. If you're a man of your word, it's easier
I'm gonna
for her
run through
to
them. I'm gonna
submit
run
to
through
you.
them again real quick and paraphrase them. Paraphrase them. Number one, if you want submission, eliminate suspicion.
Correct.
Suspicion of what though?
That's like
all
let me know
suspicion.
where I stand.
Where I
Don't have me
stand.
figuring out, don't have me
Not only
sitting
that,
here
let me
not
know where I
knowing
stand. Like,
yeah.
oh, you don't have no issues. Hey, babe, guess what? I'm finna go do this. Oh, if I say,
Right.
hey, I'm really, that's what I'm doing. There's no suspicion.
Right.
There's no reason for you to be suspicious because
Right.
I already know what's up.
Number
Carry on.
two. Number two, submit first. A man can also show submission. Number three.
That's bullshit.
Number three.
Okay, but why is that? What's
Why do you
submission
think
to
that's
people
BS?
though?
What does a man submitting look like?
That's what I'm
Being
wondering.
vulnerable.
So
I
you're
think
saying
a
it's
man,
you're
I
saying
think
it's
a man being
BS.
submissive is being vulnerable. To show a woman like that she really can trust in you, that you can be like, okay, look, I can cry with you, I can be comfortable with you, and that makes her want to be comfortable with you too.
Nah, disagree.
Yes, ma'am.
That is not true.
Meech and Jay, what y'all got to say about that?
Disagree with that shit.
Okay.
Male.
So what do
a
you
man
you
should
hear
not
a
be
man's
vulnerable with his
submission?
woman?
Woman, right. I'm like, you shouldn't make her feel comfortable enough to be like that with you.
Because I agree with vulnerability. That's one thing I will agree with. I don't
Damn
know
that.
from another
Damn
point.
that. Like you're vulnerable. You don't want to be too vulnerable because then she'll start to think your ass is soft. Damn all that. Damn all that vulnerability.
I knew that was
Damn all that
I don't know who
vulnerability.
you've been around either.
Nah.
Yeah.
Somebody hurt your heart because
Damn
I'm
all
gonna
that vulnerability.
No,
And
I
I,
really
and I,
believe
first
that.
off, if I'm telling you I'm going bowling, I'm not going bowling.
That's suspicion.
That's suspicion right there.
Well, and you're a liar.
Liar.
That was like number 4.
I never let you know my next move.
No, look, number 3. Listen, number 3.
You'll never have a open, honest relationship then. But go ahead.
Number 3 is be as urgent about taking care of her needs as you are about yours.
Yes, I think that's a big deal because
I
sometimes
think that's for a wife and husband and wife kind of. Now I don't know about dating.
I think, but he said submission. You want a woman to submit to you.
Well, submission. I don't
submit to nobody, but I'm not submitting to nobody but my life partner or my husband.
Agree.
Exactly.
Submission should be given to anybody that's not married to you.
Right.
No, and I agree with that.
Or a life partner, because everybody doesn't want to be married.
Right? I agree.
Life partner is just
no. Everybody does not want to be married, sir.
But then what are you doing? Then what's the difference between?
Well, because everybody doesn't want the government in their business, okay? Because that's what it is. Marriage is a
that sound like to me?
Contract.
That sound like to me when I want to be able to leave when I want to leave. That's what that sound like to me.
But that's not what that is.
That's what that sound like to me. When I want to leave, I want to be able to be like, you know what, I'm tired.
You
I'm
can
just
leave.
go.
People leave anyway. People leave when they're married and been
you
married
already
for 35
know people
years.
be married and still be like, I'm still married to my husband.
I'm finna leave.
Together 9 years.
Exactly. And people leave when they want to leave. So that don't make sense. No, there's a lot of people who really know what this government thing is. That's okay.
I still don't feel the whole life partner thing, but I can see that.
I'm with you, Tammy. Police powers. I'm with you.
Okay.
Number 4, you don't get to lie.
Whatever he wants.
Yeah, you're not supposed to lie. I don't think in a relationship you should lie.
Number
That's
5.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
5.
You gotta lie sometimes. You gotta lie sometimes.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you do not.
And you gotta
sometimes
cheat.
you gotta.
Hey,
I'm keeping it 100. Sometimes you gotta lie. You gotta lie sometimes.
No,
what's a good lie? Why do you have to lie?
Why do you have to lie?
A good reason.
Okay, let me say, if you come up to me and you asking me how you look, I'm gonna have to lie to you.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
For real?
You can be graceful. No, you could be graceful. No, it's a difference. First of all, what they say when you tell the truth and you're brutal about it, that's brutality.
How is that brutality?
But when you tell the no. When you are rude about it, that's brutality.
That's a lie.
But listen, no, it's not a lie. When you tell the truth,
look,
when you tell the
y'all
truth,
are women, so y'all don't understand that. Y'all not getting the point of view. I understand what you're talking about because look,
you don't.
Okay, look,
you don't
I'm
obviously
gonna give
because
2
you're
examples.
over talking me.
Give me a second, Tammy. Let me give 2 examples. Okay, baby, how do I look in this dress? The abuse Tammy talking about. You look fat as hell. Why don't you put on something else?
Hell no, why you got that on? And then like,
Right.
okay, but if
Okay.
I say, how do I look in this dress? And you say, baby, I like that one better than that one. You should wear that one. That's you still telling me the truth.
No,
No, you're
that's
not.
no. That's
Yes,
going.
you are.
No, listen.
No,
This
you're
is.
You
not.
just not giving why.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna use your same example. You know what? That looks nice, but I think I like when you wear this other dress better. Well, what's wrong with this one?
Well,
How
I
come
don't
you like
know.
that
I
one
don't.
better? How come you like that one better? What is
How come you like that one better? What's
Well,
wrong?
I'm not
What's
that
wrong with you
person.
and
I'm
this?
not gonna say.
what's
I
wrong
don't
with
like
me
to
and
have.
Lip?
I don't like to have pointless back and forth with people like that. So I guess I can't relate. But
Mm,
I'll
mm.
be like, look, I put something on. You like this? If you be like, I'll be like, oh, okay, whatever. Either I'm gonna still wear it, or I'm gonna be like, shit, I'm gonna
I'm
change
gonna
it.
change up out of
It
this.
is what it is.
Or it's gonna be like, I don't care what you think. I look cute in this. I'm gonna wear it.
Nigga,
Anyway.
I
look like
mean,
a sack of
yeah, but
potatoes.
but you can be honest. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
you
be
can still
honest.
be honest. You
You
can
got a
still be
whole
honest,
silver dress on, looking like a baked potato, and you just.
and
I
you
look
can still be,
Three of them
honest.
motherfuckers.
And y'all should be friends enough for you to be honest.
I
I'm
don't
not gonna
care. I
go
look
back and
cute.
forth with you. I'm not gonna go back and forth with my significant other. I don't know, BS like, well, why and this and that and what's wrong with that one and ain't nobody
Okay.
got time for that.
That's her.
Number 5.
Ah,
Number 5. Deliver. Make it happen. Wow her.
Yeah,
oh
make
yeah,
it happen. I get that.
absolutely. I love a man that say I'm gonna do this and he do it.
And
I
he
mean,
do
that makes me want to do what he want me to do.
it. Hell yeah, there you go. There
However
you
you
go.
want it.
There
Okay.
you go.
You want
There
it.
you go. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, look. The examples he have under to make it are comedy. Ain't no woman submitting to a man that's living in the house that she owned before you met her.
Oh wee. Oh wee. I don't know about that one, but
Why
Ain't
not?
no woman
Ain't no,
submits to man.
look, ain't no woman accepting being a passenger in the car that she pay for.
yeah, that's true.
That's true.
No,
So how
no,
you
no.
gonna tell me? And it's my house.
Ain't no woman submitting on a vacation that she paid half for. Now that's false.
That's true.
That's false.
Hold
I
up. But see,
don't agree with that one.
that's what
I don't agree with that.
so
I
see,
don't agree with that.
so
Because a lot of people plan vacations together with they
Yeah,
spouse
I
and wife all
know.
the
I
time.
know. I know.
And
I
the
know.
last one is number 6. Expect to be challenged. Submission is earned and must be maintained.
submission sounds like it's paid for. That's what the hell
But
it sounds
it's
like.
but
Oh
if you
my
expect to be
gosh,
challenged,
that's not
if you
true.
expect to be challenged, but my thing is this. But I mean, you choose your battles. You don't just challenge every damn thing. Like it's just a war, the war of the freaking roses in here.
Everything. Right.
Yeah. You choose your battles. You choose to pick your battles.
Submission is like you don't fight. You give in every damn thing.
That's not
That's
true.
not true.
That's not what
I
it
don't know
is.
who told you that.
I said it.
That's what's being
No,
how
that's
it's being
wrong.
packaged
Percy
and
sound
sold
real
by
bitter over there.
a lot of
You
young
okay,
a lot of
Pete?
I
young
know
people.
you all right, Percy.
You
I said
Hurt
it.
you.
God damn it. That's
Hurt
what
you.
it is.
You want me to give you some Kleenex over there? Because
He,
somebody hurt your heart.
For real.
he a BMB, bitter man brigade.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
But that's how submission is being packaged and sold by a lot of these younger generation. It's being packaged and sold as subservience, and that's not what
Right.
it is.
And that's not what it is.
People are getting back to it though, because I remember when I was younger, people being like, "Oh, I ain't submitting. What do you mean?" And yeah, it's like I think people are actually getting back to like talking about what the real definition is.
You want the real definition?
I just hate when people
Mhm.
use the Bible as an example. People that ain't been to church since the church seen them.
Mm.
Like if you don't
Mm.
knock it off.
I don't know. I think
So-
the dictionary definition kind of rough.
The dictionary definition is rough. What does it say?
The dictionary definition kind of rough.
What
here.
does it say?
Exactly.
The dictionary definition says the action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force
Thank you.
or the will of authority of
Thank
another
you.
person.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why women have a problem with the word.
Thank you.
Yeah. A superior
now
force.
listen.
Yeah.
We all understand what archaic is, the archaic meaning.
Well, Yeah.
Or what?
The
The archaic.
archaic meaning is humility and meekness.
Okay.
Thank you. We always
Definition.
Be
I
humble.
mean, we should all have
Sit
humility.
down.
We all should be
Mhm.
humble.
talking about I'm bitter. No, so you got to understand the word.
No, you are bitter.
Yes.
Ain't nobody bitter.
We
The
stand
action,
by that one. We stand by
Ain't
the
that one.
action or fact of accepting or yielding to superior force or the will or authority of another person.
That's right.
It's
Got
that
that.
superior word we don't like.
No, but it is. It's fact. It's fact. It's fact. Accept it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Really accept it? Okay.
Accept,
Are you there,
accept,
Meech? You keep
accept
jumping
it.
in. Meech keep bouncing in and out.
What happened to John John?
I'm still here.
Okay.
How can you be superior to a person if you driving her car? You doing all the stuff you all mentioned earlier.
Hey, check it out. I'm like Jody. I put 13s on that motherfucker.
See, Jody, no, see,
Feel me?
and then you referencing Jody from
Baby
Baby
boy.
Boy of all
I
people.
put 13s on that thing. You feel me? Got them from my essay project. So I don't want to hear
No,
nothing.
that's a hot mess. Jody was the worst example.
Remember when he called her and said somebody stole your car?
Car? She said I stole my car, Jody.
Nah,
He
see,
said
but
I
see,
See, that's
stole
the
my
problem.
car.
People look at those type of movies and equate them to actual real relationships.
What you mean? That was actually I'm gonna tell you that Baby Boy was some real ish for real. What you mean? I done seen relationships like
Just
that.
like that. I have too.
Yeah, we all have, but that ain't the point I'm trying to make.
What is the point?
yeah, what is the point, man?
Yeah, I'm about to say that was the
That's what
point.
I'm talking about. Hey, no, I'm trying to help you in your deflection. I'm trying to play by your rules.
Shit real. My shit was real. Like it, like for real. Like okay, let's say for instance, like you get in a relationship, you're established, the other person is not established. So does that mean that you don't submit to him? Even though he's honest, even though he's telling you where he's going, he's
Well,
respecting
first
you,
of all,
he's doing all this other stuff. So does it mean that because you have material that you're not supposed to submit to him?
well, from what we said earlier, is we don't submit to people that are not our husbands or life partners anyway. So that doesn't even come into play as
So
of
what
yet.
are you doing?
We're getting to that point, but I'm not submitting. I mean, come on. Really?
That sounds like a justification to act like men and then demonize men for doing the same actions that they want to do that men do.
Wait, so I act like a man because I pay my own bills? Well,
No.
why don't he come and pay them then?
No,
If
I'm
he
talking
come and
about
pay
the
them,
whole.
then I'll
No. I'm talking about the part where you just said. Listen. Where you just said like we already established that we only submit to our husbands or life partners. So therefore, if you just dating and you going around smashing or whatever, and you just being like whatever dude looking down on this man and looking down on that person.
No, that's not what I said though. That's
How
not
is
what I
that
said.
different than future?
Okay, so you guys would tell your daughter. Okay, so my thing is this. So you guys would advise your daughters that are 16 and 17 years old, say they're dating, to submit to their boyfriend.
Absolutely not. They ain't having no boyfriend.
Okay, exactly. Well, they're gonna have. She's gonna have a boyfriend eventually. Okay. So you wouldn't tell your daughters to do that. My thing is this: there's levels to it, right? Obviously. So there's there's points where you are building to that. You know what I'm saying? Where you're building to that point because you are you may be living together, you may be sharing bills, you may be doing all that stuff like a married couple. So yeah, you're gonna have some aspects of what a married couple does. But I'm saying if I'm living on my own, he living on his own, and he ain't paying no bills around this motherfucker, how am I supposed to submit to him? He could pay the bills and then I'll submit all the way.
But that was his. That's Percy's point. What's the difference? Why? If you're on equal playing ground, why is a certain level of respect conditional?
It has nothing to do with respect. You said submitting.
That's
I
the
have
same.
nothing. That's
That's
not.
what.
No, I respect anybody that
We
I
already
date.
established that submission only goes to your husband or wife or life partner. So
But
just
that
in
has
case,
nothing to do with. But that has nothing to do with
To the respect.
respect.
Mm-mm.
I respect anybody I date. Like, because if I don't respect you, I'm not dating you in the first place.
Speak with a forked tongue around his mouth. Okay.
I'm just saying there's but there's levels to it though. We
But
act like
I also think that it's not about respect when it comes to submission. It really
Mhm.
it really comes down to levels of trust
Mhm.
when it comes
And you
to
have to be
the
with a person for a while to
yeah,
get that level
to
of
get
trust,
that kind
right?
of trust.
so that's where that's where the younger generation has it. The younger men have it. So okay, so boom, here go the two plates. The young generation female plate and the young generation male plate. The young generation female plate sees submission as subservitude, and
Mhm.
men see it as respect. If you don't submit to me, you don't respect me. Is that
Mhm.
pretty much
Well, that's no, because I respect anybody. I respect
Well,
anybody
he
I'm
said the
dating.
young
Period.
people. He said the young
Oh,
people. He
okay.
didn't say our age group. He's saying that's how young people are taking it. Young women are taking
that's
submissiveness of being subservient, and young men are
Well, then
taking submission
everybody,
as being respected. So they like, well, if you don't submit to me, you don't respect
then
me.
you don't
And
respect
they're
me.
like, well, if you want me to submit to me, you submit to you. You want me to be like a slave to you.
Well, to me, well, the thing is, well, what you need to teach your daughters is this: the real definition of submission and who she should be submitting to. Because if she's, like I said, 16 and 17 years old, she shouldn't be submitted to no
now
boyfriend.
y'all said the Bible, so let me pull up the Bible's
No,
definition.
I said I can't stand
Mm,
when people pull up the Bible and ain't been to church since
mm,
the church
mm.
seen them.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Tammy, how much how much are your monthly bills?
That ain't none of your business.
Well, you gonna pay him? I only tell people that information if they looking to pay.
That's it.
Yep.
Mm. So somebody pay your bills, you just instantly submit.
Absolutely. No, I'm just playing. No. No. But I'm saying, but this is what I'm saying. My point is, like Darlene said, there's levels. It's levels to this. We may be in a house together sharing bills. If we're in a house together sharing bills, there's already that husband wife aspect, right? So you know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be a level of submission. But if I'm living on my own and you're living on your own and we're dating or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? It's different. There's just levels to it.
How's it
It
different?
is. It's very different because even when you're dating, you're not even concerned about that other person's finances like that because you're not
You
together.
wanna know
Why
something
in the
that's
hell wouldn't
crazy?
you be?
Hey, you
I
wanna know something
am,
that's crazy?
but
I'm looking
No,
at
what I
I'm
mean
looking
when
at
I
the
say
Bible
that
breakdown.
is
what the
they
Bible
could
version
be.
say?
The Bible breakdown is talking about men submitting.
Oh,
Oh, I know. Oh,
Woman.
According to Paul, this isn't the scripture. This is a paraphrase of the scripture. According to Paul, a husband is willing to lay down his life for his wife. He is not a tyrant who forces her to submit to his sinful human desires, but abandons his own will, affections, and needs for her sake. The husband is to love his wife as he loves his own body, and equates the husband's care of his wife with that of Christ. So you love your wife as you love Christ.
That shit don't make no sense.
That's the Bible.
I'm gonna keep it 100. And if I was in church, I'll say the same
he
damn
said,
thing.
what version is that in the Bible? What version is that?
That don't make no damn sense. Hey, lay your wife down and
what version you read, Tim? Well, a lot of men
don't be
do feel
asking
like
for
that.
no don't be asking for no ass.
No, that ain't what it said. That ain't what it said. He said he will
That's
not
exactly
force
what that shit
her.
said.
He said,
No, it
don't
didn't.
force.
It
That
said
book
don't force
said
her. So
that
don't rape your wife, okay?
don't be asking. You can't rape your wife, goddamn it. Who
Yes,
the
you
hell
can.
told you?
Yes, the fuck you can.
No,
Don't
you
start
R
can't.
that.
word. Good thing we not on
So
YouTube.
Ike didn't rape.
Good
So
thing we
Ike
not
didn't
on
rape. You're
YouTube. R
problematic.
words.
I didn't.
You
So
can't
Ike
rape
didn't
your
rape
wife.
Tina. So Ike didn't rape Tina in that damn booth.
Hell nah. He gave her
Okay,
he gave
I'm
her that
done.
love. He gave
I'm
her that
done.
He
No,
said,
I'm
"Sing
done.
that shit." That was just a whole part
No,
of their process.
no,
Hold on, we not supposed to be
no,
cursing. I was told not to
no.
curse. Y'all out here with the bloop 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 bloop.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm not cussing. No, I'm
yeah.
done
That's why I
with
said I'm
that
glad
one.
we're not on YouTube. Them R words would have been it.
R
What
word.
are words?
It rhymes with grape.
Rape.
Oh.
We said
There's
rape.
a lot of words that are
RATE.
there's a lot of words that are YouTube sensitive.
We said raped.
Okay.
Raped him, your wife either. Rating her or bleeping.
Say
I
that
don't know about that one.
she's a 5.
Who's a 5?
Because also in the scripture it said that she should not deny her husband either.
Okay,
So it's
that's
like
fine. But I mean, my thing is this. I mean, I get that, but he shouldn't bleep her either. So
he
there you
shouldn't have
go.
to, because she shouldn't deny him. So that shouldn't even be a question.
I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and discuss it with you because there's
Tomato, huh?
no, because
Tomato.
because there's different situations to where people can't do that, and you know it, and I'm not going to sit up here and talk to you like you're a
What
kid.
is it? What is it?
People have health issues sometimes, you know.
You better break out your hand. You gotta break out something. Something gotta happen. Goddamn.
Anyway, let's move on.
Just ignorant.
Let's move on. But
Oh man, I ain't trying to hear
You
that
too
shit.
quiet. You ain't got nothing to say. Chime in, Meech. I want to hear what you have to say.
What I gotta say about what? I already chimed in about the topic. Everything this is way
We're talking
off.
about submission now. We're talking about submission now. How does submission?
oh yeah, this
equate
went
to-
way off the topic.
No, it's still kind of following along. It's evolving.
When it comes to submission, I think it's already been said. You know, people. I mean, this newer generation, submission is synonymous with slavery, and that's not originally what it was. You know, what it was or meant for. I think it's just basically, you know, still having your own mind, but letting the male lead, like submitting to his, letting him lead, not necessarily saying that you don't have no input in doing whatever you say, but let him lead. That's what it means to me.
Percy, you like that definition?
That's
Does that sit well with you, P?
letting the male lead. Yeah, it does, but I know how some females would be like, well, which way are you leading me? Like, are you leading me down the wrong path? Like, you know what I mean? So it all depends on what type of general you are.
But I go back to Homeboy's list of no suspicion.
That has nothing to do with suspicion. It's like either you make great decisions or you don't make great decisions.
Well, outlining a clear path is communication. So you got to communicate the clear path and the direction you're going. Wouldn't you be pissed if you came home one day and there was an $800,000 car in the driveway and you was like, where the hell this come from?
A what?
And it was, if you came home from work one day and there was a Lamborghini in the driveway, and you'd be like, well, what's going with what is this? And she like, oh, well, I always wanted one of these, so I went into the savings and I bought it.
That's a
You know what I'm
problem.
saying? So that's what I'm saying. So that's the flip side of saying you got to have that clear direction, because there's no communication of the direction you want stuff to go, then everybody's going on two separate paths. You're gonna do what you want to do, she's gonna do what she want to do. But you got to sit down and come to have a collective and say, this is where I want to go. Where do you want to go? Come to a compromise. If there is no compromise, then ain't no relationship. You shouldn't go no further, because it's going to result in bitterness and resentment and all of that stuff.
Agreed.
With that, I don't know. With that, I don't know. Like just with that example, I don't know. It all depends. It all depends what kind of Lambo it is. Like, did she do it as an investment? Was it a deal that was, you know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's so many different factors there. It's just not, oh,
Right.
she has like
Okay.
an $800,000
Well,
Lambo.
let me paint the same. Let me paint it again. That same money that she used, because you guys are not communicating on what the money is being saved for, you were saving it for a particular investment in something that you knew was gonna, that money was gonna turn into hundreds of
Long-term
millions of
investment,
dollars,
long-term
long
money.
term residual income. And you come home and she took that money that you was putting to the side, and she spent it on what she thought was an investment versus what you thought was an investment. And her investment is actually a liability, because the minute it got driven off the lot, it lost value.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, like that it with me personally, it all depends. Like, I'm being straight honest. Like, I'm being straight honest with you, because it's like, if I have, like, if we have a joint account that has like enough money to do that, it all depends, because it's like at that point in time, it's like we have to be on some type of same wavelength already to know like what's a good investment, what's not a good investment, to even be in that type of position. So it's like, if that was to happen, it would, if it was like a new ass Lambo, then I'll have a problem with it. But if it's something that is gonna appreciate, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I would have a problem with it on principle alone. The fact that such a major decision was made, that, because at the end of the day, we don't know, like, she may have gambled and won, may have gambled and lost. But my thing is just such a major decision being made without reaching it mutually. Like, I would have a problem with that.
I hear you.
I'll give you an example. So, back in the day, I used to gamble a lot. I was with my first wife. I came home. She used to hate me gambling. I came home. I won $10,000. We argued still. You know what I mean? Because of the decision that I made without her. So it didn't matter. Like, even though she still wanted to spend some of the money, it didn't matter. It was just like the principle.
You say, even though she spent the money, like, well, you won 20. What?
Yeah, and I didn't understand it at the time. I was like, man, you crazy. It's $10,000. This was like the year 2000. So $10,000 was a lot of money to me then. Now, I totally understand where she was coming from. It was like the principle.
Yeah, I understand that. It's like, I was in a similar situation, like, where I was married and she bought a house, and I didn't want to buy a house, but she bought a house. So it was, you know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's like, it kind of depends. You know what I mean? Like, I understand like the whole principle of it, but it's like, sometimes you gotta ask for forgiveness. You know what I mean? And actually just do it. That's just me sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it goes both ways. Now, if the shit was like some stupid ass decision, like that shit was just flat out like stupidity, like, yeah, like, I would have like most issues, and then like that would be like, okay, like, now that would be like a learning process, like, between us, and I'm like, this can't happen again. So what I would do, I would start setting more money aside from the account that we have, like, joint account, which I would do any damn way. And anyway, I wouldn't have where you would be able to get $800,000 to buy a fucking car in a joint account, because you would need both fucking signatures any fucking way. Like, I wouldn't, like, that shit wouldn't even possibly be able to happen.
Language, sir. Language.
My bad.
Yeah, that was an extreme example. But what I'm saying is now, where does the submission fit into that scenario? Is it, you see what I'm saying? If there was submission, would that have happened? Who would have had to submit to whom for that to be, seen as, what I'm trying to say. I'm distracted by a whole bunch of other stuff.
That wouldn't be any type of submission. That would be. That's not a submissive type of example. Like I don't see that as like, oh, you submit to me because we have the joint account now. You like I don't see it as that. I just see like, okay, this was sometimes you have to respect a person's decision, even though you may not see like the vision. Sometimes you have to understand that people see things that you don't see, even though it may be the most awkwardest thing for you to actually adjust to, but sometimes it works out for the best. So I don't see no type of submission with that. I would just be like, okay, well, now I will have to go to the bank and we'll most definitely have to have like both signatures on any type of transaction that happens out of this account, which I would have anyway when it first open the account.
Now, but that's what I'm saying. So wouldn't that create a rift in the relationship? Don't y'all think? Because now that can turn into contention.
How would that be contention when it's a safety measure?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. I think that it would be a rift in a relationship if either party did that. Because I'd be kind of pissed off too. Like, yo, you didn't even say, hey, I'm going to go buy this $800,000 car. I mean, unless it happens to be like, something where, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like his personal money or something. But, yeah.
I mean, definitely. I mean, and that's a scenario that played out in that one Tyler Perry movie. What was that?
The Family That Prays.
The Family That Prays. When he got all that money.
I thought it was the Janet Jackson one. Why did I get married or something?
No.
Where he went and took the money for that his business and took it out the joint account, and she was stacking up all that money from
cheating on her husband.
Right.
Wait. She was stacking up money from doing what now?
They had a joint from cheating on her husband. Her boss was giving her all this
the Sinai Lathan one.
Yeah.
So what? Well, he was justified in that. That's how I feel. If that was a role reversal, y'all would be like, "That's right, girl."
No, I think he was justified.
No, I think he was justified, but I'm just saying, like, that was the reaction that he got because it was like that was my money.
But she was on some other ish anyway, though.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
She
was on some other ish, like that's mine. You ain't got no money. Yeah. She was on some other ish anyway with him.
His son wasn't even his.
I'm trying to remember the movie. Oh, you know what? Okay, I remember that movie. That was when she was messing with the white dude on the low, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then she told her husband, like, that's not even your son.
Your son. And that's when he slapped the crap out of her.
Smacked her over the counter.
I ain't saying it was right, but I understand.
She deserves that.
She deserved it.
Yeah. She made me look at her with a side eye in that movie.
Hello to all. Y'all say hello to the viewers. We got some viewers. I don't know what to do.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know what
Welcome.
Oh, P. Lee fell off.
Oh, see.
Yep.
You guys missed the heated part of the.
So you guys think bringing it back to the whole missing out on relationships because of whatever the people are boring or whatnot. You guys think that the value system that people have now is skewed?
Yes, I think men and women do it though. I think men and women miss out. Yeah, they do miss out, and then later on be like, "Dang, I should have totally went with so and so because I remember back in the day this, and that." That's why people double back all the time. But yeah.
Well, they got a group that I'm in. That is the angry black man group. Is called Black Men Being Honest. Just like
angry black man group.
Right. Just like I called there's a male and female. These two groups that I'm on. Valley's in one of them. I call one of them the Bitter Broad Brigade, and the other one the Angry Black Man Group. And there's it's so many memes, and they have post stuff so often that it'll be hard for me to just find it right now. But they talk about the scenario like you said, like they paint it as like, you be that dude trying to get at a girl and shoot your shot, and she be like, ew, ew, ew. And then after she done had 4 kids by 3 different dudes, and she's 600 pounds heavier, she want to come back and be like, I used to always like you. I always think he was cute. And then you just supposed to be like, okay, let's make it happen.
Yeah, I'm back here cracking up.
I mean, at least you tried. She attempted.
Yeah, she definitely tried it.
But he was back there laughing because he know that's a familiar story for men.
Men do the same thing.
He said he came across his junior high school girlfriend and she did not look the same. And she was like, oh my God, you're still so handsome. And he was like, no.
Who are you? He was like, who are you?
Men do the same thing. Men choose to go rock with somebody else. And then next thing you know it, they calling your phone back. And you like, who is this? That's what happens.
But the argument that men make though is that even in scenarios like that, men typically don't bring that type of baggage.
Yes, they do. They come back. But men do bring that type of baggage. Okay. They can come back 3 kids in.
Give me an example of
I've seen
bring back baggage like that.
Okay, well, I don't have anybody personally that has tried to bring me back any baggage.
Well, no. I'm just saying fictitious.
Well, scenario. For example, no. I'm saying, for example, I've known so many guys that's like, oh yeah, I was married. She did this. She used me for that. I did everything for her. She didn't even have to work. I paid all the bills. I did that. We got 3 kids together, and now. You know what I'm saying? And she just used them all up. And now he wants somebody that's not going to use them all up. And that's what men do.
I don't see the similar equate.
How not? How do you not see the similar? How do you not see that it's similar? Okay, you guys do the same thing.
No, it's like this.
Go get with whoever you get with. Listen, and then get.
No, I'm saying it's a difference between, okay, I'm gonna just hypothetically use myself as an example. So I'm dating the letter A. Me and A is cool, whatever. It don't work out. I see B, B for booty, so I'll go over there. And then me and B have a baby, we, whatever, whatnot. Years go by, and then I leave B. Well, me and B don't work out. So we don't work out. So when I go back and holler at A, I'm bringing nothing with me, but all I'm bringing is the experience of the failed relationship. Now in reverse, a woman is dating man number A, letter A, and whatever. She deals with man letter B. Her and man letter B have 3 children. When her and letter B don't work out, her and these 3 children now come to letter A.
What you're pretty much saying is men don't bring their children as baggage, and they do. Because even if the kids don't live with them full time or whatever, if you're a woman and you don't have any children, or you have 1 kid or whatever, and he's bringing 4, you still got to deal with his kids.
Well, I'm not saying it don't happen at all. That's what I'm referring on more of a generality that what happens more often, because in my own personal relationship, I was the one that brought the child.
Exactly.
As a single parent. But how rare is that? Is the point I'm making? It may not be. That's the exception, not the rule. My would be anecdotal.
I don't think that's the exception. I think the only exception is the fact that you had custody of your child, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I literally brung the child with me. Like, hey,
that might be.
This come with this. See this right here? Yeah, this is we
right.
Right.
That might be the exception.
We have package deal.
Okay, that might be the exception. But look at our ages. Everybody on this panel is at least 35 and older, right? So most people have kids at this point. So even if the guy is not bringing the kid with him, like, hey, this kid got to live with us. Guess what? He still got kids. He still probably got an ex-wife. He still got, you know what I'm saying, stuff. So he bringing baggage too. So
and having the kids come over every other weekend versus them being there every single
that still does something to my peace. I still got to deal with them kids. You feel me?
That's true.
Yeah, and
that's real true.
And then coming from a person that
it
doesn't have
ain't
kids,
the same. It ain't the same.
yes, it is.
It ain't the same.
I
No,
know
it ain't.
somebody that has his kids every weekend. And if you think about dating that person, you're going to have to deal with them kids every weekend. So
That's
going
on the
from a
weekend.
person, it don't
They
matter. It
them
don't
during the
matter.
week. And
It
leave them
don't
alone.
matter. It don't matter. My weekend, no, I don't do shit during the week but work and clean my house, okay? So during the weekend is why I have my peace. And guess what? If you date that dude, you gonna have to deal with them kids.
Right.
So you left him?
No. I'm not that mean. I like kids, you know.
But so did you leave him though? Is it a thing?
No. We started dating over something totally different. Had nothing to do with kids. But I'm just saying, that's a scenario that I run into being a woman that's my age. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you don't have any children.
Or even if I had kids, you still gonna deal with a man that got his kids on the weekend or every other weekend.
Oh no.
And then you might have your kids on the, you know what I'm saying? If you're a woman that
on
got kids.
Opposite weekend.
Right. So I don't know. Men bring back, y'all think because the kids don't live with you, y'all ain't bringing baggage.
Man, that's the fundamental.
Y'all bringing baby mamas, ex-wives, all kind of stuff.
They don't be now that happens. That goes both ways. They got the crazy baby daddy. The crazy mama,
that goes both ways. Agreed.
But the whole thing about there is a distinct difference between having to deal with a child only on the weekend versus 7 days.
That's true.
There's a very
That's true, but that doesn't happen right away. You know what I'm saying?
No, it don't happen right away, no. But I just gotta let like I said, we a package deal. That package deal gets presented.
Well, women, they come with more with the package deal, but that has nothing to do with the women. It's not like women are out here doing something different than men. No, what happens is when they go to court or whatnot, the judge sides with the women, so they get the kids mostly.
If you want to be with me, gotta have a yeah.
Hold on. Wait, what are you talking about? Court?
No, I meant like when people are together, whatever, with child support court, the divorce court, whatever court you want to talk about. Whether the man's been married or just got a baby mama, when they go to court
that's
for the
another
kids,
show we got to touch on. The child support scenario.
Yeah, the judge pretty much mostly decides in favor of the woman to have the kids. So that's why it's not like women are doing anything different than men. Men are out here having babies too. I mean, not literally, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Now, okay, let me ask you this question. So, so if the judge decides that the child goes with the mother, does the mother have to take that, or should she just be like, look, we made these children together and we should have 50-50 custody? Forget about.
I think that they should have 50-50 custody, but everybody don't have that. Everybody ain't that blessed. Some people
say that because you ain't got no kids, so you don't understand.
Whatever you say. I know people that's been in those courts, so everybody ain't as blessed to be like, oh well, yeah, I'll take 50-50.
My whole thing about the course is like I got my own little philosophy and saying that I say, and this is kind of bleeding into another show I want to have about the whole child support topic. But my whole thing is I always say that men create fatherless children and women create single mothers. Do you guys agree or disagree with that?
Hmm.
I'm gonna repeat it. Men create fatherless
No, I hear
children,
it. I'm just thinking. I'm
and
just trying to.
women create single mothers.
So how does a woman create? How does a woman make herself a single mom?
Her mouth,
He said her
her
mouth.
her attitude.
Women create single mothers by
I feel like I
because
don't care how bad her mouth is.
no, well, who
I
is
don't care how bad her mouth is. Nobody should
women create single
abandon
mothers.
their children.
Women create single mothers because ultimately the women decides whether or not a child enters this world.
Okay.
You being safe. Stop being safe, bruh.
It's not. That's the real.
That's safe.
That's the real. No, that's the real. That's the real. That's
She just
it's not the real. That's the
come on,
real.
man.
At
That's
the
safe.
end of the day, men, we don't got that option. Don't act
I
like
do. You do got the option. You do got the option.
You don't got that.
Condom.
If they have financial abortions for men, then
Condom.
the population would damn near stop.
Condom.
Man, but that goes both ways because women make that argument too. Well, men would just wrap it up. Men would just wrap it up. Well, I have never met a man that entered a woman outside of the R word that didn't get permission to enter. So if she fell for it, just let me put the tip in. That ain't on him. That's not her. She could say no. You can have some. I'm not saying you can't have none. Just put this on and let's make it happen. But if
I mean,
she
that's
falls for
true.
just
I
let me
think
put the tip in, that's on her.
I think that birth control is on both. I think the birth control is the responsibility of both. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a woman, if you know that if you get pregnant, this child's got to come out of your body and nobody else's.
Right.
So
and it's on her to if that happens and she becomes pregnant, if she should know the character of the man already.
What you mean?
I mean, how people knowing characters of people when they don't even be knowing these people?
And that's why they shouldn't be irresponsible having sex. That's the point.
All right. Check this out. That's your nut, right?
Is it?
He said, "Is it?" Well,
okay,
yeah, you
then.
be responsible
All right,
for where you put it.
All right, then. That's it. I ain't gonna say no more. That's your nut. You take care of your nut, because you know damn well what's going on.
But that goes to my first point of me saying that it's men that create fatherless children, because ultimately, once that child is here, that man determines on whether he's going to be there or not. And I don't want to hear the excuse of, well, she went to court and she did this and this. As a man that went to court right along and fought it and did what I had to do, I'm calling BS on that. If you don't want to be in your child's life, just say that. Just go ahead and go to court and be like, Your Honor,
and say I give up all parental rights. Exactly.
Your Honor, do what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna go live about I want to be. But other than that, if you really are a man that's about being a man and being there for your children, even if she take you to court, you finna be there and be like, look, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. We got to come to some agreement. Other than that, anything outside of that, and you just saying, well, she took me to court. No, that's just a cop out for you not wanting to be a daddy. Period.
I agree. I 100% agree with that.
And that's why I say men create fatherless children and women create single mothers. That's why I say that.
So what did the courthouse create?
The courthouse is the mediator.
The court, yeah.
The courthouse is the mediator because even without the court, it's the same.
They also create broke men.
The scenario is still the same.
Right.
It's still a man that's going to either decide to be there or he's not, or it's a woman that's going to decide to have this baby or she's not, whether the court is involved or not.
I'm just saying, it's your nut. You watch your nut, and you know it's your nut because you know when you messed up. You know it. You know it. You be like, oh man, I bust the wrong nut. Your ass know. I don't want to hear it.
I mean, that's very true too.
Do
That's
you agree
very
with
true.
that, Meech? Meech, do you agree with that? That you knew you knew that one slip up was the one. Like, oh, I'm gonna pay for this later, man.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like I don't agree that all that falls on the woman.
It doesn't. No, you're right.
It's
It doesn't.
like you're the one carrying the seed, not her.
Again, at the end of the day, doesn't look. The law is so cold that a woman don't even have to tell you that she's pregnant, and she can go terminate that pregnancy. You ain't even got you. You may never even know that you had a seed on the way, bro.
Okay.
So what happens to your nut power? It's your nut. Where's the power now?
It's gone.
Like you said, it's your nut.
Because
Where's
you
the
guys
power?
don't really have the power. The woman
Where's the
decides
power
if she's
then?
going to
Well,
carry that baby or not.
that's Tim's point exactly. Is
You
that
put the nut
That's what I'm
someplace.
saying. I agree with Tim.
You was irresponsible with your nut, and you put it in an irresponsible female. Period.
But that still doesn't negate my point of women create single mothers and men create fatherless children. It still doesn't negate the point.
How does a man create a? I don't know, bro. I guess.
If you chose to get up and leave and be like F these kids like a lot of men do, then you created fatherless children.
Okay, so if she get up and decide to go have an abortion, like what?
But you ain't even gotta know. But that's not her. That's her. Number one, she just alleviated you from all responsibilities of a father. And at the same time, she protected herself in whatever mishaps, depending on what type of man that she dealt with. Now, do some women have children out of spite? Yeah. Do some men get women pregnant on purpose because they dumb? Yeah. But that's just the nature of life. Men try to trap women the same way women try to trap men. Oh, she fine. I'm gonna put a baby in her, so she got to deal with me the rest of her life. She gonna always deal with me. A lot of men think that if she had a lot of men think that if a woman have your baby, that means you always entitled to hit for the rest of your life. A lot of men really believe that.
Retarded.
A lot of men really believe that. Like seriously.
Well, they believe it because a lot of ghetto people, well, I ain't gonna even say ghetto people, because a lot of ignorant people out here really make it true though.
But then on the flip side, women create single mothers, the whole check baby culture. All these women running behind these athletes, punching holes in the rubbers and getting the turkey baster and all of that. That's check baby culture creates single mothers.
But I know, but that's, to me, that's like you said earlier, those are outliers. All these women ain't out here fine enough to get no athlete,
No, I agree it's an outlier.
I'm saying those are outliers.
I agree it's an outlier.
Yeah, but these average women out here, they ain't poking no holes in no condoms. They just not using them.
Right. Or they're being irresponsible, right? Which brings it right back to the same point. No man has ever slid it in without the permission of a woman.
True.
Now, whether she said, if she stressed that, hey, put that on, put some socks on your feet, or you can't go outside. You know what I mean? If that's on her. Because I guarantee you, no matter how much he begged, like let me just see what it feels like. No matter how much begging he do, if she be like, look, you want some or not? He gonna be like, okay. Let me put it up. Because he ain't no man finna be like, you know what, forget it, you play too much.
Not one gonna say that.
Play too much. Just let me put the tip in. What?
Shoot, I did that in reverse. When I was young, when I was a teen, this one chick was like, "You ain't going in there with a condom on." I was like, "Well, I ain't going in there." I turned it down that night. I was like, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah, there are men who are smart like that. They like it's like, why would I? Yeah.
Wait.
I
Well,
wish
see, but
that smart would have remained.
Huh? You said what?
I said I wish those smart decisions would have remained.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was smart then. I wasn't so smart later in life.
I'm gonna tell you the only time men will volunteer and be adamant about using a condom is if the woman be like, "You don't got to use no condom." That's what he'd be like.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, to me it was weird. I was like, "What are you talking about? Like I can't hit with a condom on?" She was like, "No." I was like, "All right, I ain't."
Oh, yeah, that's a little different.
Right, like, so, like, what's wrong? What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you trying to give me something? I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Like, what you trying to do?
Never saw her again after that.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Never saw her again after that. She might have passed away. That I'll just play.
She might have passed away.
No, you know what I think? I mean, I did. I think we ran across each other some type of way, but yeah, no, I never saw her like on like a dating aspect again after that.
No, I was just playing. I thought no negative markers.
Oh my God, let me stop. I'm laughing at this girl. That's not funny.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so better decision. We all agree better decision making needs to be made. And that ties into the whole people passing up on things good for them rather than
But I mean, we've all kind of made that decision at some point. I mean, I stand by my decisions. I don't be trying to backtrack and I don't do all that.
No,
but
and to talk about like when we was young, like when my son was conceived, I was 17. He was born when I was 18, and I ended up getting custody of him 3 years later. So that's proof of me standing on the choices and decisions that I made.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Self-accountability at its finest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's kryptonite in today's society. This is pointing the finger.
Accountability.
This is what everybody want to do. Well,
that could be a good show too, because a lot of
Yeah.
men seem to think that women don't take accountability. Like I know a lot of men that feel that way in these groups and stuff.
Overall, to be honest, I don't feel women take accountability.
A woman said it. Clip it
About
right there.
what,
Make it
though?
go viral. Clip it right there.
About what, though?
I mean, in general, you got to think about it like this. Most women always think that they're right, but if we flipped it and was like, "Oh, this dude think that he right," he's a narcissist. A lot of women will do a lot of things, and if it's done back to them, it's an issue. And I'm not saying that men aren't like that, but I know like the majority of women really have that tendency that if they do something, it's okay, but if a dude do something, it's not okay.
That's textbook lack of accountability.
Yeah, it depends on the person, though. I think that's like.
Look, I'm not saying all of us, because I really work hard at doing self accountability for self. But I'm just saying, like, let's be real. Look at your mama. Look at my mama. Let's look at the women in our lives.
We're not putting people's mothers in this, okay?
She's saying in general.
I'm just saying in general, like, look at the women around you. Most of them don't want to take self accountability for the decisions that they made. And then based on their position on how they play in your life, they try to use that as a way of not having to be held self accountable.
Yeah, I just feel like when you get a little older in life, what I've noticed is like people start taking accountability honestly when they get older.
Like, when they die,
like when they get real old, Like I was listening to some podcast and it was a lady saying how she apologized to her children about the way she raised them. And she was like, I didn't do anything terrible to them, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I had to really apologize to my kids. And I'm like, wow, that's really taking accountability. But, you know, by that time she was in her 50s and 60s and she, you know, after her kids, you know,
you
done
done
been
already
through some
ruined
stuff.
them. After you done already screwed those kids up, now you're taking accountability just so they can have kids in their older age. But that's what I'm saying. Like, overall, I see more women having issues with taking self-accountability. It's always reasons why they're the way they are, and that's just what it is. I see more men be like, you know what? All right.
I messed up.
Yeah. And I did that. And I ain't even gonna tell you I'm not gonna do it again. Cause I ain't gonna even lie about it. I might do that shit again, but this is the thing. I honestly can say in general, women have an issue with taking self-accountability. And I'm a woman. Hell, there was even times when I've had issues with self, and just even in minor freaking arguments. You even think about that with your dude and the minor things where you be knowing you dead ass wrong, but you be like, so what?
Nah, I don't do that.
I
look at it. No, you know what? What I do,
and
I
that's
do
why
it
I made that meme that said, "This is what it looked like when you win the argument."
Right.
Well, that's when you got your glasses, when you got your glasses slapped.
Yes, and that's why it was funny. Because women do, even if it's a small thing. I mean, self-accountability is like, it seems like it's really hard for us.
Well, for me, I just look at it from another angle because I'll be like, it ain't all about being wrong but right sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's about you hearing me and me hearing you.
I feel you, but that's you. And that may be me.
Yeah.
But most women just want to be right. Period.
That's true. That's kind of sad. I don't know.
It is sad, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's very true. Most women just want to be right.
Okay, well, you can be right and right, bitter, and wrong, and lonely for the rest of your life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And most of them are. Let's look around again.
That's where double standards and stuff, certain double standards come in, like beauty standards and all of that. Because men, you don't see overweight male models fighting for a category. You know what I mean?
Well, let's stop that, because first of all, overweight, there's a first of all, what they call plus size models, these women are usually very beautiful and they're thick. They're not overweight.
I didn't say nothing about how attractive they are. I'm pretty sure that they got handsome.
But they don't be even
too. I'm pretty sure they got handsome men that are heavy too. What I'm saying is that you don't see handsome, chubby men fighting to have a category called
But what I'm trying to, I understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you is usually these women don't even be overweight. They be like 160 pounds, and they'll call that shit overweight.
Yeah, size 10, big and tall, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's a plus size model."
I ain't never seen no Lizzo size model, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen.
When we really got to see Takara, the fact that they had us thinking that she was a plus size model was asinine.
Well, in that space, she was.
That beauty standard at that time is different,
right?
Everybody was so skinny. So she was plus size.
You had to be a skeleton back then.
Right, because she had boobs and she had thighs and she had, she looked like a normal woman. There you go. But yeah, so no, we can't say models. I don't know if women, but I have seen women say, well, I mean, that's the same thing I said in the thing, because I said I hate when men try to act like, okay, just because this man has this, that, and he checked off these boxes, I'm supposed to jump on it. That's right. Like, okay, you supposed to jump on Fat Pat then, because Fat Pat is a good mom. She's submissive. She's nurturing. Exactly. She cooks. She clean. Why you ain't with Fat Pat? Right.
Keep it wet.
Yep.
She put gravy on your neck bone, man.
All that. She do all that.
Wash your car.
You put
Change your
that gravy
carburetor.
on your backbone.
Change your carburetor.
Keep it cold in the
Right.
winter. Keep it warm in the wintertime.
Right.
Check the firewood
When it
for you.
shine, good loving when it come to bedtime.
Yep.
Right. I'm telling you. So I mean, I don't like when people do that. Like,
You got a lot of
this.
optimism, live a life fast with a slow metabolism.
Oh.
And all that.
I mean, good question though. What if you do find a woman like that and she happened to be overweight? What would you do?
Tim is never talking to her. Tim met a
Work-
woman like that, and he
work out
completely
with
dissed her.
Even if she was very pretty in the face, even if she looked like
She was very pretty in the face. He couldn't
Mm.
get over her. He even told her, like, when she wanted to have sex with him, he was
Mhm.
like, I can't because you're fat.
You were supposed to work
wow.
out with her. That's what you supposed to do.
Right.
Take
Right.
before and
And
after
then
metabolization.
and then she pressed her issue, and she was bigger than him, so he felt like he had to, and he had
I've
some
heard
shots.
men say that. I've heard men say that they don't want no woman that weigh more than them.
Yeah, and he
man.
felt he had to. And then after that, he
Me, I
tried to
don't
do
care
it
if
again, and
she's
he had
shapely.
together. Like, no,
So
like,
Percy, you okay with that?
What
Percy,
you
you
say, me?
It
Oh,
I
he
depends
said
on
I
her
said
don't care.
shape.
I don't care if she weigh more than me if she's shapely.
Yeah, she got it.
okay.
She got to have the
Alright.
right shape. I can't just.
That's what I'm saying. What if she got a small waist, like she Coke bottle shape, but she just bigger?
Then that's not
That's what I'm saying. Like people
our
get
definition.
confused.
I'm not saying be
People
with
get
no
confused
Easter
with
egg.
fat and sloppiness. Like there's fat and then there's sloppy fat. You know what I'm saying? They're sloppy skinny.
Right.
Facts.
I've
I
seen
saw
it.
I saw her today.
What you say? Your ass is plump, but your titties is flat. That's what sloppy skinny is. Huh?
No, sloppy skinny was the sloppy skinny that I seen. Part of it is because she was older, but sloppy skinny that I saw is just like everything just just loose booty and
Loose,
everything
flat,
just loose and skin loose. Like
saggy.
I was like, that'll look disgusting with no clothes on.
To me,
You
that's
can
like
tell.
either she was older or she had lost a lot of weight.
a lot of weight.
Mm.
No, I think she looked like she's been that size her whole life, and she just got older and stuff. His stuff is just sagging. You know what I mean? But I've seen.
And just
I
didn't
wouldn't
keep
say
it.
I wouldn't
Just
say
didn't keep
sloppy
it.
skinny,
Who did y'all use as an
but
example?
just look nasty skinny.
Who did y'all use as an example?
Oh,
What'd you
I'm
say?
not using no real person as an
Oh, I thought y'all
example.
was using like a celebrity or something. As an example.
An example of sloppy skinny is olive oil.
Sloppy. She
Olive
not
oil.
sloppy. Olive oil
She
ain't got
wasn't sloppy. She ain't have not one roll on her.
no.
No,
Straight
but
You
tender
said sloppy
butter
skinny.
skinny.
You said
that's what I'm
sloppy
saying.
skinny.
A skinny woman most likely ain't gonna have no roll. My thing with sloppy skinny was she was extremely unattractive because she was so bony.
That's new term. That's new terminology we learning right now.
Sloppy
Oh, I
skinny.
know sloppy
Like she
skinny.
I
was
thought sloppy skinny was more like the
extremely
one
bony.
Like them
who
skinny girls, but they still be having rolls and certain.
and they boobs be like real flat and
When I
hanging and
thought
no pipe
sloppy
in them.
skinny, I thought about how them girls that wear sundresses and be looking like them worms on Men in Black. That's what I came. That's what I was saying.
Oh.
I think I think I know exactly what you're talking about too.
He said blues with no life in them.
I thought sloppy skinny was more like her booty saggy, her boobs are saggy, like things are just flop.
Her boobs.
Right.
Is
Yeah, she's
Right.
still more than that too.
It's just skin. She didn't
It's just
breastfed.
skin.
Still got a muffin top. Yeah, it's just like just there's just no curve. Like sloppy skinny is just like no curves at all.
Oh.
Oh man.
Like from the back or walking, you can tell the dude like, hey man, oh my bad.
Not you think she a man from the back.
Or like, what about? I mean, that's not to me. I don't know if I was considered that sloppy. Like those girls that are like so small, like that they look like boy bodies, like they have no boobs, no booty, and they're just tiny. Yeah, they're they're just tiny. Karuchi got a little curve, don't she?
Yeah, she got a little curve.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the ones that are like, just like okay, like you don't know, my ex's sister. He has an older sister, and she's tiny. Like she's short, and she's tiny. She's just tiny, but she has nothing. Like no boobs, no booty, no hips, no curves, no nothing. Like that. Like little boy buddy.
Shaped like a box.
Yeah.
Instead of breasts, she got mosquito bites. You talking about
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Just a nipple. That's usually what happens.
Right. Like Martin said, you gotta have some cushioning under there. He said he don't want to feel like you kissing on Earl.
That's fact. You gotta have something. I remember I was gonna just put this disclaimer out there. This hypothetically. So you know, it was just hypothetically it was just female. She didn't have no ass. I was about to hypothetically hit it from the back, and I couldn't do it because there was no ass back there. I just had to I couldn't do it.
You couldn't just. It would have sounded like like you know those little things that for the movie thing that go snap like when you're on the movie set.
Nah,
the little black and white thing. It would have sounded like a snap.
Nah.
Film clapper.
Yeah.
All I was thinking about was like Anne Frank. That's all I was thinking about the whole damn time.
Anne Frank.
Holocaust. All that shit went through my head. The Holocaust, how they had them pictures of people with bony and shit.
Wait, why Anne Frank?
Was she white? She was white, huh? That's why.
Nah.
Wait, this is you guys. This is like the after hours chat.
This is definitely after hours now.
This is the after hours chat.
This is after the after hours. We had 2 hours and 16 minutes.
I'm like, Anne Frank, she had to be white. Stop lying to us.
Nah, she wasn't white. She wasn't definitely not
black?
white.
What was she?
Yeah. What do you mean what was? Yeah, she was.
How could you think of Anne Frank then?
Because it was that damn bony. I was just like that was the first. I just thought about the Holocaust. Like, man, that's the first thing.
How the Holocaust victims looked all
so skinny and eaten up and sunken up.
Yeah. Okay, that's not funny. Oh my God, I'm gonna go straight to hell.
We're gonna throw some water.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm
gonna throw some water on your friend.
You gonna throw some water on who?
Well, she said she's going straight to hell. I told her I'm gonna
Because
dump some water on you.
because y'all said that bony. You said they're all bony and stuff.
That's
not
real.
funny.
I'm not.
No.
It's just all right. Fine. How about this? Ethiopians. How they used to have them on the TV.
We're not gonna talk about no Ethiopians either. Y'all okay? Stop.
I just want to have
not talking about Ethiopians either.
The racist.
We are not talking about anybody.
What you talking about? You talking about boobs with like no life?
Okay,
and you gave an example of somebody in real life.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't know nobody that ain't got no life in their boobs. Oh, I gave an example of somebody that just was petite and had no boobs. Like just petite, no boobs, no butt.
No boobs.
No butt.
Okay.
No curve.
No curve.
No curve. But not like she didn't look like Anne Frank.
See, but the thing about it, you ain't never hit nobody from the back either, so you wouldn't understand it.
You don't know her life.
Oh, well, I'll let you know. I have never hit anybody from back.
See, exactly.
But
now what?
But yeah. And see, why y'all objectifying women like that? Now we gotta talk about men.
What do you say? Okay, go for it.
What about these men with their moobs? Got boobies almost big as mine.
What size are yours?
Don't worry about it. No, mine are pretty big. I mean, they're pretty nice size.
No, I'm trying to get a visual. You know what I mean? Of these man boobs, like. Oh, okay.
Double D's.
I ain't never seen a man with double D's.
I've seen them. Well, they look like they damn near double D's. I've seen some that look like they were damn near double D's.
So after y'all got done.
No. No.
Okay. You seen them before.
You said I seen them before. I mean, people take their shirts off without seeing everything else. Sheesh.
Right.
Where the hell you? Ain't no man gonna take off his shirt. Come on, man. If
They
a
got
dude
double
got
D.
How do you know we don't sit by the pool in the jacuzzi?
sit by the pool, ain't nobody sitting by the pool with that.
Well, yes, they do.
Where?
They
Sometimes.
be looking just like that too. They be having that skin color and everything.
You stupid.
Where y'all at?
We're right here. What is going on in somebody's background? I hear.
Somebody got a cricket or something, or a
I
fan.
know. Meech,
Oh, that's my
you're very
fan. That's
quiet.
me.
Somebody got an
That's
old
the
ass fan
It's hot.
struggling.
It's hot.
That's what that shit sound like.
She got the fan with the chain. You turn it off like this.
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
That motherfucker wobbling on the ceiling.
The tag is wobbling.
That's it, doing like this the whole time. Like,
It's not even a ceiling fan. That's what's so cold about it. It fell
Wait.
and
You
it
said you
broke,
gotta
but
turn
it
it
still
on
be
like
blowing.
Oh Lord.
wobbling ass. You talking about the old square one?
Why you
Nah,
say you
it ain't
turn
even
it
a
on like
box
this?
fan. It ain't even a box fan, brother.
What the hell you got there? Shit.
That fan got Tourette's. It's like
That motherfucker. I need some oil on that motherfucker.
Stop.
Some W.
Oh my God.
That shit like it's too damn hot. That motherfucker saying, cut me off.
anybody that's still watching, you are a strong person.
I know.
To listen to us laugh off of silly stuff. I know.
We have Tourette's on
Indeed,
here.
indeed.